Yo. Hey. Yo.
He looks like crap.
What? Hey, Mark Wahlberg.
I should have done Donnie.
Hey, man. Why? Okay, you should have did Donnie because Donnie's the better. He's the better of the Wahlbergs.
Yeah, he sleeps till 5.
He what?
Have you ever heard Mark Wahlberg's daily schedule?
No.
Dude, he
sleeps
he
till
wakes
5.
up at like 3 a.m., does a quick workout, meditates, does a sauna, does a cold plunge, has some protein, goes for a run, reads, paints, all before 6. And then at like 6, he does like a speed golf round where he like runs. He'll play like 9 holes and he'll hit it and they'll run. So they get a workout too while they're enjoying golf. And then he could still take his kids to school every day at 8 a.m. So he does all of that in like from 3 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Just so people know you're not really Mark Wahlberg.
No. I sleep well past 3 a.m.
Nuggets look terrible right now, bro.
Yeah, they do look really, really bad.
I think the problem that I'm having is that it's to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother me as much if it weren't. Now, I mean, they're only down a dime, so
they're fine. They'll get back in this. Oh my God. We just need to get some calls too. They got everything early.
Julian Strawther has 3 fouls already in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, they're going as soon as that kid is in, we're going to go right after him.
You know, here's the thing too that I'm noticing. Out of the break, your boy regressed. MPJ regressed.
No, out of the break. How many games? He's been hurt. He hasn't even.
I said out of the break.
He was on fire.
He was on fire.
How many games has he played coming out of the break?
They played one game coming out of the break, and he was like 2 of 11 or some crap. What are you talking about? This isn't. I mean, like you guys love to make. What the hell is that?
Hey, out of the break, he's been terrible.
He has been terrible out of the break so far. What's he shooting in this game? Hold on. I'm telling you, man. You guys. The reason why the Nuggets are underachieving. If they underachieve and don't make it, it'll be because of fans like you. It'll be people like you. It'll 100%. Be your fault. 100%. Yeah. It'll be your fault. You know why? Because you don't expect enough. You're like, oh, it'll be fine. It's not fine.
Once they got the 2nd seed, it was like, all right, now it like totally shifted. Because I was like, okay, the 2nd seed changes everything because OKC, I think they still have a stumble in them, you know? I think
already
they still have a year where it's like if we could get on the other side of that bracket and we don't have to, and we let them give all the chances that we can to fall on their face, we might. And I want
to show you something. I want to show you something in lieu of that, and in lieu of what you're saying, I want to show you something. By the way, for those who are popping in, this is kind of a pilot. We're doing this live, by the way, Dan. So we got a couple of stragglers that'll pop in here. Nice. People who will notice. For those of you know, yes, you are. This is Kill You with Truth Network. You're not. Your eyes are not deceiving you. I am Oren Lamena. You see it right there. That is not Mark Wahlberg. He is Mark Wahlberg, but he's not. That's Dan Moore. And this is 2 SCO, 1 buff. I'm 1 SCO. He's 2 SCO.
Scoring. We practiced that before.
So, you know.
That didn't work.
Anyway, I want to show you something since you brought up OKC while we watch this. Nuggets down 38-32. I want to show you something at the end of the first. I want to show you this. So you want to watch something together with me? Let's view something, and then you tell me what you think about this breakdown of OKC's defense. I found this sweet breakdown of OKC's defense, bro. And we can watch this and talk about other things. You know, when we do this, you promised me that we would not be sports heavy. That we would. Yeah. Did you watch any of the boxing? Did you watch any of the boxing matches today?
No. Why was it on at like 11 a.m.?
Because they're in Dubai. I mean, Saudi Arabia, Dubai. I think they're
Yeah.
in Dubai. I think they held them in Dubai. So they got to, you know, it was a good card. It was a very good card. Some really good fights. Do you
No,
care
I
about
missed that prime time matchup at 11 a.m. today. But
the main event was until at least 4 p.m. So
Oh, 4 p.m. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, but
it was great. It was great. It was good.
boxing, I don't know anything about it anymore. It's hard to find any information. Like, what do you get? One match a year, and now it's like
Well, that's going to change. That's going to change. That's the whole point of what I'm telling you. That's going to change. This guy, Turkey al-Sheikh, he is the minister of like fun for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. He's like literally like their entertainment minister. He's Dana Whiting boxing because you know they got all that oil money. So he's just throwing money at the best fighters and setting up the best fights. It's amazing. The time
that's actually good, yeah.
No, it's tight. They're gonna have to figure out. Like I think what he wants to do is he wants to keep it. Well, he's gonna have to because you know the Saudi prince and all the Saudis, like they're big on it. You know what I mean? They're letting him do his thing. And sorry, I'm trying to share something.
Well, yeah, you know why. Yeah, you know why. They're like
why
throwing all the money. It doesn't matter if they lose it. That it's like put them in front of American viewers, right? We're gonna just make it completely okay to have everything in Dubai, and nobody has issues.
Listen, if he can figure out how to do it more in the States, which I think is that's us, right? As Americans, it's like it doesn't matter if it's not happening. It's just the time difference. Like you're not going to get a huge viewing audience if you don't capture the States.
Well, it's
so
not like what sort of. I mean, how many commercials? How did you? You know, like I didn't see it. I'm on.
It was a pay-per-view event. So it was a pay-per-view event. $25 is. But listen at this: $25 pay-per-view event. Hold on, we got somebody chatting in here. Fishing's in the house. What up, Fishing? This is my guy Fishing for cards. Fishing, this is my guy Dan. You guys meet each other. Say hello to one another.
Hey, how you doing, Fishing? Where are you looking at here?
What do you mean? Where am I looking at? It's in the. You're in the environment.
Oh, yeah, nice. Cool, nice.
Okay, so anyway, it was a pay-per-view event. But listen at the pay-per-view amount. Would you pay $25 to watch a boxing match? If you knew it was good fighters, like it was and Bivol, which I don't know if you know who those guys are, but this was the second of their fights. They've now split the two fights. Biev won the first one. This was the main event. Bivol's the guy who beat. Remember the Russian guy who beat Canelo?
No.
Do you remember that guy? Oh,
I don't.
You don't care.
Yeah, I haven't watched boxing. I mean, the last pay-per-view I remember was Tyson. You know. That was probably $25 too.
Dan, somebody's asking why you have a late night. Fishing's asking why do you have a late night R&B voice? When you say,
that's my radio voice. That's
turn him on.
I'm trying it out.
Show him the pipes.
I can't sing, but I don't know. It does sound sexy today.
Say hey, Fishing. Okay, Fishing. Here's your request. Say that.
Hey. Throw some greenery on that scenery. Next up, we have Fishing on stage 2.
What does throw some greenery on that scenery mean? Oh, strip club stuff.
Yeah, you know boxing, and I know
strip
sexy club. Deep voices and throwing some greenery on that scenery.
I won't spend a whole lot of time on it. I'm just telling you that this guy, TURK al-Sheikh, is going to. He's got all that oil money. They're going to just toss a bunch of money at all the best boxers. And so what we're going to find out is who
live, right?
Huh?
Who he's the live guy.
Exactly. The live guy. Exactly. Same thing. Riyadh season. They call it Riyadh season. And I think they're about to go on Ramadan, so it'll be kind of like they're going to take some time off. But he's already got a fight booked between Canelo Alvarez and Bud, and you don't care, but anyway, Bud and Canelo are gonna fight on Riyadh season. So it was a great event today. Anybody who watched the boxing match knows.
I mean, I would love for boxing to matter again. You know,
I think we all would
have Jake Paul be the main attraction at this point.
Yeah, I think that's part of what this Turk Al-Sheikh guy is really battling against, because he loves boxing. And I think what he's battling against is the Jake Paul effect, which
Yeah.
is, Jake Paul has come in and sort of captured everybody's attention when it comes to boxing, but he's putting on these weird ass, stupid ass fucking events.
Yeah.
And this guy is going to fight that. If tossing money worked every time, Live Golf would be successful. Well, nobody cares about golf, right? Isn't that different? Boxing's different than golf.
Yeah, I mean, I was like betting on it at one point pretty regularly. That got me intrigued, but then I lost money at it, so I stopped. It's just, I mean, if you love it, if you watch it, you're gonna watch it. I don't know. I mean, it's always just kind of background. It's like nostalgia to me,
Golf?
Yeah, you just put it on the background. You're like doing stuff. It's Sunday. You put it on because you want to hear like Nance or something. But I'm not like, oh man, this tournament's this weekend, unless it's like Masters or something. And then how much of the Masters are you watching before Sunday?
I was just saying this the other day. I had put on for whatever reason, I clicked past the Golf Channel and I just put on the 2001 Players Championship. Tiger,
oh yeah,
beat out VJ. It was in lefty in that close like race down the stretch. But yeah, Tiger's not in golf anymore, so I don't think anybody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I had asked this question the other day. I'm going to ask this to you, and then I'm going to show you what I was going to show you. By the way, did you just see Russell Westbrook take that three and like ricochet off the backboard so hard it started a break going the other way?
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he's playing different because we're playing the Lakers or something. Because like that's been the key, right? He's kind of fit into the role that everybody said he'd be a good fit in at this stage of his career. And I wonder if the Lakers like gets a little bit more going for him, so he's gonna go outside of where he's been.
I'll be honest with you. I think part of the problem is he can't come off the bench. He has to start.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, obviously, people are going to be like, look at Christian. He's a legit, like, most improved player candidate. So how are you going to sit him? But I think he's better in that role, too.
Yeah, I don't think that you can't get the same thing out of Russ. Because the thing about it is that Russ
got another one. What is he doing?
Bro, it's watching him.
MPJ is right there.
Watching him struggle without Joker on the floor is actually pretty painful. He's better.
Oh, yeah, he shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean,
like that air ball was like it. Watching him struggle without he needs Joker in order.
Do you think Zeke has a legit spot at the power forward instead of jamming him in at center? Like he's showing signs of life here.
It's crazy how he's.
I never thought that would happen.
Me either. The bounce back Zeke has been crazy. Because oh god, backdoor James.
Damn, you're like
we look bad, man. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
Not bad meaning good, but bad meaning bad. Do you okay? So it's a 10-game stretch. It's a pretty serious 10-game stretch with back-to-back games. Okay, he just hit his three with back-to-back games against OKC to finish. Timothy Rimothy's in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Timothy Rimothy said, first full Nuggets game I'm watching, and holy fuck, NBA is so ugly. 38-31 in the first. Are we playing 2K? I see the refs are as awful as ever, and I guess fuck play hard defense, I guess. He also said,
welcome to the NBA.
Welcome to the NBA. And hey, ESPN, just say you're rooting for the Lakers. It's okay. No one cares. When Doris Burke's doing a LeBron game, God, she'll do everything short of literally just undress and go and suck him at half court.
Thank you for that visual. That was it's like one of those pornos with the Simpsons. I'm thinking of Doris Burke right now, too. Thank you. God damn it.
Oh,
There's a
man.
few people who are like, oh, yeah, Simpsons.
Marge Simpson porn is hot, though. You can't say it's not.
I don't know why, but I can't deny it.
It is because it you know what it is? It's the juxtaposition that it's always Marge's head, but this incredibly hot cartoon body.
You could see what could be.
Yeah.
A BBL. I don't know. I would hit that. Finally leaves Homer's worthless ass.
Oh shit. Let's see. The ESPN LA office is literally across the street from where the Lakers play. I know. No kink. Same here. No kink shame. Yeah. We're not. No one's shaming any kink here. All right. I want to show you something. I want to show you guys something. Hold on. This is a video that I found, and I think if we are to beat OKC, because Dan, you were talking about OKC. If we are to beat Oklahoma City, this is what we gotta. This is what we're up against, and I think that this is. I think this is very, very telling, and I want your take on it. So I'm going to play this. As you can see, I've been binging Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. Where'd you come out on the beef, by the way?
What beef? It's over. Somebody just got.
No, I'm saying with this crowd hasn't heard your opinions on it. So.
Well, I mean, this is outside perspective, official, outside, uneducated perspective. You know, I mean, Drake is kind of a creepy bitch. And so and I like his music. I've had like some of his songs and playlists. I don't think I can ever let them go, but they do sound different now. For somebody who's not even like affected, not even engaged in this beef, just reading random articles. I personally, now it's like, even if one of his songs come on, you just are like, oh, turn it, you know? So the fact that you destroyed the like uninterested party in this beef is pretty telling. I mean,
it does say a lot, doesn't it? Because I think that's a cascading effect that's being had by like everywhere. Is what I'm seeing is the casual fans are like, ew, Drake.
Yeah, exactly. They're all about Shabuzi now. Real rap music.
Is that what they're about? Shabuzi? Who told you this?
We talked about it before, but I was just like, what the hell is the deal with this? This was already a song. Now it's a country rap song. Why is this on Saturday Night Live? And why is this being featured so much?
It's pretty fucked up because the kid who came up with that song originally gets no shine from this.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I was like, that's the same song. What are we talking about? Is he like rebranding? And then it's just this other dude. You can't just take the song. You only use like 4 lyrics. Like there's not a lot going on in the song. It's the same thing over and over again. You can't just take that, you know?
Well, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, but now here's the difference is that a black man appropriated another black man's music.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
I am not the person to answer that question.
You're not gonna wade in. You're not gonna weigh in on
I don't want to get. Yeah, I don't have it. I have no idea
on my community struggles. Where the fuck is this video at? God damn it! Sorry. Hold on. Just stick with me, bud. Damn, man. I hate LeBron.
Do you? Why though? I mean, why?
What do you mean? Why?
Why?
Is that a serious question? Because he's the most manufactured. LeBron James is the most manufactured happening in sports. Like the single most manufactured happening in sports is the professional career of LeBron James.
If you were like, hey, you're Michael Jordan at 18. Do you want to capitalize on your brand from that point, knowing that you're going to be Michael Jordan? You're going to be the greatest player to play in the NBA, which obviously LeBron is not. It's still MJ. Would you not capitalize on every opportunity? He came up in this time where it was the first time that you had this access and you could cultivate your brand and you could completely form your image to maximize the amount of money that you would get. Wouldn't you do that? I mean, he had the smartest people around him because he's done that every step of the way. I don't like his passive aggressive stuff. My issue with him is you're LeBron James. You never have to be passive aggressive. Just tell Kevin Love to get it together. Don't have this weird fit in or fit out. And also, who came up with that? Like, if you're going to be passive aggressive, you have to be really smart and witty. You can't just be like, what are we doing playing Hunter? What is he? We're just letting everybody play now.
Yeah, I think Mike Malone is, and he's picking the worst times to sort of stretch out his bench. I think I
thought he was doing it as a message to the front office because we went down to like a 7-8 man rotation before, like, leading up to the All-Star game, and then we got close to the trade deadline, and then all of a sudden everybody's playing. But it's like, what are we doing?
No, I don't think it. I literally, I think he knows that there's no way in the world they're going to have a shot. Jesus Christ, that pass to Hunter.
How are you different? What just happened in whatever feed you're watching? Because
I'm behind on you. Probably, I'm probably behind on you. Don't worry about it. Shh. Daniel Miller's in the house, as is Dante. Hold on one second.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
I'm encouraged. Nuggets are playing like crap, and they're only down by 8.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. They're just giving up, wide open threes. No big thrill. How worried are we about Malone's future at halftime? Just so you know, Dan, your namesake is this guy, Daniel Miller. Wow, not a foul. Blocked by Connect. Not a foul. Blocked by Connect. 3 on the shot clock. Joker. Cash.
Oh, yeah, you're way behind.
How far behind are you? I mean, how far ahead are you?
I'll just pause it because I'm like, what is he talking about? I'm just
how far ahead are you?
Go back about 10, maybe 20 seconds. I don't know. I don't have Starlink or anything, but yeah, I was way ahead.
You're an asshole. I can't believe.
Let's see this defense that you're talking about.
Okay.
Everybody wants to see this defense highlight video that you have.
Not a highlight video, it's a breakdown. So this is a breakdown of OKC's defense. Do you think that the Nuggets, I mean, you're watching Mike Malone fold in this, that was a foul. That was a foul. Sorry. You're watching Mike Malone fold in, Hunter is getting some minutes. Tell me what you think about if the Nuggets are going to be able to surpass this almighty Oklahoma City Thunder defense.
Oklahoma City Thunder currently have the best regular season defense in NBA history. Better than the 08 Celtics, better than any Spurs defense ever, better than the Garden bloodying Knicks or the Bad Boys Pistons, and better than our estimates of even Bill Russell's Celtics. Every one of these defenses has had at least one, if not two, dominant rim protectors. The 2020 Bucks, the best regular season defense of the pace and space era, went twin towers with Brook Lopez and that Giannis fellow. The 2022 Warriors were sort of the exception. They were 8.5 points ahead of the league before Draymond Green went down with an injury, and they were pretty small and rangy as a group. We've already discussed.
I said, tell me to pause it if you hear anything that you want to talk about.
All right.
OKC's micro ball lineups this season, but what strikes me so much is they've built a perfect horizontal defense to counter the stretched out pace and space era by prioritizing speed and length over size.
Now, here's one thing I'll say. The pace and space era doesn't really, I don't think that'll really have a huge effect on the Nuggets. Oh shit. I got to see if I can find this. Do you know that the Nuggets average their points per game average versus the amount of threes they take per game average? They are the lowest in the league. They're one of the lowest teams in the league as in terms of how many threes they take, but they are one of the highest points per game average teams. So I don't know if that will be such a big effect. I don't know if
that's why I told you. That's why I tell you, look to see how many Brown and MPJ take, because that's important, because they need to at least threaten it. We take so little. We need those guys shooting it to at least open it up, even if they're missing it. And they both have been. I mean, going into the All-Star break, I don't know where you're at, so I don't know.
Where are you at?
Did you see that Luka turnover?
I did not.
Damn. I'll go back again.
Hold on. I think I'm about to see it just now. Yep.
Cool. All right. Now we're here. Now we're cooking with gas.
Now we're cooking with all kinds of gas. All right, let this continue.
Dude, they have Dort
like
and Caruso on the same team. You know, like how did they get Caruso?
I'm going to tell you like this. He really does. He makes them scary to me.
Yeah, yeah.
He makes them
both of them.
Getting do you think? Okay, let this play
because they're going to put him on Murray,
but he's actually way behind the play on the turnover. Jogs for a second and then just books it down court to blitz Luka Doncic, which allows the smaller Isaiah Joe to switch out of the play. Alex Caruso sees this happening and rotates over to Kyrie so Joe can recover to the weak side, and then Dort locks down Luka, and that is extraordinary perimeter coverage. Part of being really fast and rangy.
You could just stop right there and say Dort locked up Luka one-on-one. You know, like we don't have anybody who can remotely attempt that at all.
What? You don't think
who's going to?
You don't think Aaron Gordon can lock up Luka one-on-one?
All right, we have one guy that can consider doing that.
I think locking up Luka one-on-one is. I don't think that because he's a tough shot maker. I don't think locking up Luka one-on-one is all that tough. He's just a tough shot maker. You know what I'm saying?
But the fact that you can just say you have in that last clip, they had 3 dudes who you could put out on an island all game on Luka and be completely confident. You have Williams, you have Caruso, and you have Dort.
Sure.
I mean, Dort is. I mean, he would have to get him with size.
I think P-Watt could. I think P-Watt and to Fission's point, I think Russ would give Luka problems. It's just that Luka makes tough shots, and so it makes it look like you can't guard him. When the truth of the matter is that he's not that fleet of foot. He just makes tough shots. He's modern.
Well, I'm not worried about. I'm not. It's like who are the people that you can try to lock up their guys on? You know, we have one. He has to go around and play, and Russ can. But then again, what are we going to do when they put him in the corner in the playoffs, and he's got to hit threes because they'll just double off of him and cover Jokic.
Yeah. I think right now Joker is doing himself in our offense a disservice by trying to force feed guys the ball when he needs to be focusing on scoring. He does that in these games. Well, no, because in the last game he took I think he took 9 threes in the last game when they came back against Charlotte, and it's like, we don't need you to do that against Charlotte. We need to do that tonight against the Lakers.
But he never does it like that. Like when you're like, all right, he's got to take over. He's got to do this. But I mean, you also look at it. He's taken 4 shots,
bro.
8 free throws. He hadn't taken a shot 6 minutes in the first. I mean, he still got 11 points. You know, like that's
my biggest pet peeve right now is turnovers. This team does some of the dumbest shit, like that bounce pass that
Gordon just did, the no look.
And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I mean, that's this team. They're not going to play like the Knicks, you know, like they're not going to play for Thibodeau. Let them run, let them get loose, let them get confident. I'm okay with it. Like this team, when they're the best, is when they're loose and they're doing stupid.
No.
When they freeze up against Minnesota, that's how you lose a 20-point lead, game 7 at home.
Jonathan Kidd says they just need to slow down a bit. I mean, okay, sure. Agreed. We're in the second half of the season. And this is when you find out, to me, who you're dealing with as a team. And they're not serious human beings. I'm going to let this continue.
So even though they have 4 defenders at 6'5" or under on the floor, the Knicks' 3 best offensive players are all completely stonewalled on this trip. and they actually go backwards on this play. But their speed and ability to cover ground shows up most in help situations, where they usually have 4 or even 5 players on the court who are deadly in passing lanes. That was Kendrick Williams, who plays a lot of center for them, zoning up 2 shooters, closing to the wing, and then beating the pass to the corner. They have this
Chet
completely
isn't even
unrivaled ability
in
to
any
just
of
swarm the
this.
ball in help and cause.
You said what?
Chet isn't even in any of these.
I know. It's
I mean,
scary.
they're talking about the small ball, you know, like I get it, but that's a whole nother dimension. You talk about matchup proof. Like
Right.
these guys can go anywhere. But again, it's always a bumpy road. We just gotta hope that somebody else and you know, you get a Western Conference Finals, anybody can win. But I want to be that 2 seed, so we're not playing them until the Western Conference Finals.
Exactly. And let somebody else figure out the puzzle, or at least put some wear and tear on the tires. The question is, how many 4-game series will they have? I mean, this is looking like a team that's going to sweep its way to the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, the West is tough, dude. I mean,
it's tough.
It's not like you're looking at Memphis and Houston and you're like, hey, they're like, it's kind of there's going to be some unique matchups this year.
Let's look at the standings. The West is tough, he says.
Well, who's coming out of the East? Are you a Knicks guy, or you think the Cavs are going to do it?
I think the Cavs are going to do it, but I love our chances against them. The only any team that's going to knock up a ton of threes, I'm just like, yeah, that's not going to that plays well in the regular season. That's not going to be
not Boston. I would put our chances at 75%.
Absolutely.
What?
They're arguing hold on. There's an argument in the chat. You want to see what they're arguing about in the chat? Let me see. Should Malone resign? Dan, catch up.
Who would we get? I mean, Pop isn't going to come back next year, so maybe we can lure him out right now. But that's the funny part is we're talking about what retread would we want? You know, like Malone has never been my favorite, but he's shown enough where he's not going to hurt us in the playoffs. They don't care about this game. This game doesn't mean anything.
This game means everything. That's where I
Why? We don't
because it's how you play. No, that's absolutely wrong. How you play against the quote unquote better teams is a gauge, and the Nuggets have been terrible.
Yeah, but then when we play a better team, like, yeah, I agree with you.
Well,
but the Lakers aren't a threat this year.
With Luka being in LA, they automatically qualify now as one of the better teams. You can't. That's just how it's going to play out.
Not with Jackson Hayes at center.
No, I don't disagree with you. But you're talking about a team. This is not Charlotte.
Oh yeah, but it's also like this is a game where it's on ES. Oh my god, dude, Jokic has had some lazy passes today.
He just doesn't have it tonight.
I think it's important. I agree with you on that, but this is too hyped of a game. This isn't a game that the Nuggets have ever gotten up for. Is that prime time big matchup game? They don't care about these games.
That's a problem, Dan. It's a problem.
It isn't for a team that just won 9 straight.
9 straight, and give me the. Oh my god, 9 straight. Give me.
What did they do against Boston last year? Did they go 2-0?
I'd have to look back, but I think they lost. I think they split the series with Boston. Goddamn Joker.
They know what's going on. This game is. I
don't even like how you're coming at this. I really don't. I'm being serious.
Well, because it gets too hyped up. It's the Lakers. Like they're a play-in team. Who cares?
Dude, it matters. It matters.
If we play them. Okay, we're matched up against the Lakers in the playoffs. It matters. How are you feeling this year?
It matters because of the way that they're playing. It doesn't matter because it matters because of the way that they're playing. There are 30 games left in the season, less than 30 games left in the season. When do you suggest that this team kicks it into playing its best basketball gear against the best teams, against the better teams? When do you suggest that?
This team has been together for so long. We know that they have an extra gear, and they don't have to turn anything on unless it matters with seeding or the playoffs. So if they're within range of the second seed, absolutely. But no, they don't have to prove themselves against like the Cavs in a Sunday afternoon game. Who cares? They don't care.
It's the first half. Good Lord, relax. Listen, you guys sound exactly like. You guys sound exactly like.
That's actually me. I'm typing right now.
We need to be 40-19 right now, according to Zen Master, before losing 20.
If we go 9-1, if we go on, like, they still are going to be in this game.
Listen,
I'm not saying we're giving up this game. Like,
you can explain.
This is nothing. It's 9 points. Like, 9
points in the first half. You're not wrong. I'm talking about the way that they're playing. We're talking about two different things. You can lose a game. You can lose a game.
That's not they're playing very
not just lethargic. It's losing basketball. It's not just lethargic. It's loser basketball. How many turnovers do they have in the first half? I mean,
loser basketball. Let's chill out.
Yeah, you're playing like a loser.
You're playing you wanted me to join this AAU team.
You're playing like a real loser,
dude. Yeah. Let's chill out. I mean,
nobody wants to hear
this. Is why is this game? Why does this game matter so much?
11 turnovers in the first half. You're okay with that?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Then
but
that's what
loser basketball.
11 turnovers by definition. 11 turnovers in the first half means that you'll have 22 in the game. By definition, you're probably going to lose that game. That is loser.
Can't say by definition you will probably lose.
Damn it!
I was waiting for that.
Hey, let me rephrase that. 11 turnovers by average, you'll have 22 in the game.
I'm gonna live bet the Nuggets right now.
Bet the Nuggets right now. I dare you. Live bet the Nuggets right now. And what are you going to live bet? What? I don't even know what that means. 63 again. Timothy has a point here. 63 points in the first half. Defense is dead. So you give up 63 to the lowly Lakers, who have two guys, and then you give up 11 turnovers.
Yeah, they haven't played well. I mean, I agree with you.
Okay.
Guys.
All right.
But I mean, they have climbed up their 15th in defensive rating, which is right where they need to be because they've been exceeding their offensive efficiency compared to their championship run.
As
long as you're at 15,
smokers and jokers. You and fishing for cards are smoker and joker. 1 and 2.
Hell yeah.
You guys use bullshit. You excuse bullshit.
What are you talking about? I'm saying they're going to win. I'm betting on it right now.
Okay, well, I bet that. I'm going to go back to watching. Let's watch some more of this. This is the defense you're going to be up against in the playoffs. This is why you can't afford to have 11 turnovers and give up 63 to the Lakers in the first half of what you guys call an insignificant game, even though it's on prime time. These are the games you're supposed to get up for. Aren't these the games?
Why are you supposed to get up for it? To prove it to you?
No, you're supposed to get up for it because it's prime time. It's in front of everybody. It's not just me. Bet your life savings.
They've always.
Timothy Rimsey says he thinks you're really Mark Wahlberg. Bet your life savings, Mark. I double dog dare ya. Oren is
too much money.
Oren is pessimistic. It's too much money. He's a baller. By the way, Mark's a baller.
I got where I am through smart investing. Dante
says Lakers are going to be out of gas, high altitude in the second half. That seems like an assumption. Safe to assume?
By the definition.
Daniel Miller, Oren wants Malone fired. I did not say that. Mark Wahlberg wants Malone fired.
No, I don't.
And he wants
he has shown, he has shown adjustments. He's not going to blow anybody away, but he's good enough not to lose you a series. And with NBA coaches,
give me one adjustment. Hey, Mister, give me shit for by definition. Give me one adjustment that Mike Malone has made. Give me one adjustment. You said he has shown adjustments. Tell me.
How did we start out that game, the finals against Miami, where we just bully balled Aaron Gordon down low over and over because they wanted to hide what was it, Vincent on him. Remember that? We got like 8 straight points I think it was like maybe game 3 in Miami where we just cleared out and had him go one-on-one bully ball. He's had some nice, I mean, he's not going to blow anybody away. He usually does it too late than what we're asking for. But again, he's shown something, and I mean, bottom line is you're not going to say, hey, Yoke doesn't want him gone, so that's kind of
that's kind of the end of that.
Who would you want to step in?
I want Jim Morrison to step in, who just came into the building.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here.
He said, "Feed the ball to Jokic. It's a mismatch." He doesn't want to shoot it. That's the problem with that. Right now, he doesn't seem like he's interested in shooting. Jim Andon's in the building. Hold on, I'm just doing some house cleaning. Mark Wahlberg. Why is
Bob Myers on this?
The whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
I know, right? Bob Myers.
It's like, why do we care what he has to say?
Hey, Mark Wahlberg, this is from Andon G. This one's for you. Why get up for it? Because you do the small things the way you do the big things. You won't play better in the playoffs if you don't start playing better in the reg season.
I'll buy your Instagram self-help book. You're right. I should definitely do that. Everything you do. You're right. I agree with you. But it also is not. Well, one, I just bet. So, yeah, I'm back on. Yeah, they better get it together. I mean, I just bet money on them. So, yeah, they do need to take it seriously now. I agree with you.
Minimalist monks in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
So glad the Nuggets didn't trade MPJ. The cornerstone franchise player is now 4 of 19 in the last 2 games. You got any problems with that? Mark Wahlberg? Anything you'd like to
want Zach LaVine?
No, that's right. I did not want.
Did you want Bradley Beal?
No.
Who else were we gonna get?
I'll tell you who I wanted, but I couldn't have got it. I still wanted to keep MPJ, but I would have loved to trade Canadians. I would have loved to trade Black Canadians. Or I would have loved to have brought Brandon. Well, Brandon Ingram's injured though. So I would love to see Brandon Ingram in the Nuggets. I want to trade Black Canadians. I want to trade our Black Canadian for Toronto's Black Canadian. RJ Barrett for Jamal Murray, straight up.
Well, I know now Murray's on, so we have to forgive him and support him and get him an off-season training plan and try to get him to give a shit. You talk about being up for big games. Jamal Murray doesn't care about any basketball games until the All-Star break. I mean, that guy is literally getting into shape for the first quarter of every NBA season.
What about this little stat? 7 points off your bench. So you've had.
Have you seen our bench? Good
1,
Lord.
2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Well, and now Julian Strawther got into early foul trouble. So 4 fouls.
Look at that. Look at that bench. That is disgusting.
Point off your bench. And Dario Saric sits there. He just
thank you, Booth. Thank you for that signing. That was the guy that we identified early in the offseason.
Oh, yeah.
Had to have him.
Had to have the impenetrable, the impervious to pain, the indomitable
Berlin Wall.
Dario Saric.
I don't know. He's not right. Yeah, that doesn't work.
Timothy Rimothy says you're 100% correct.
Fishing. Thank you.
Season needs to be played within 6 months, start to finish. Playoffs should be no longer than a month, 4 months of regular season, and knock down the regular season 60 games.
I agree with that.
I love how we're just, you can't stretch these guys. I mean, God, they got to play.
No, because then they'll care. Like
a whole 82 games of basketball. You know how you change the level of care? Change the incentive. You have to figure out how to wrestle back equity from the players. It's not about how long the season is. It's about the fact that guys are googobulinaires and they don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, if you shorten the season and the number of games, then those games matter more.
Who does that? What business person goes, here, I'll make less money at my gate?
Well, that's the two sides. You just had an argument with the two different perspectives. I want to make the most amount of money. I want the games to matter.
No. Because you can do the same thing. Did the NFL did the NFL extend or shorten its season?
To 17.
Okay, but I'm saying it was more than the 15 and 15. I mean, it was more than the, what was it? It used to be 14, and it was more than 14. It was 15. They've always.
What percentage increase is that on a 16 game schedule
football,
compared to 82?
It's football.
You know, like if you go 83, it doesn't matter. If you go 16 to 17, if you go 1 to 2, you know.
No. But football's a different game. It matters because you got 4 preseason games that don't count. Like, you're wrong. You're asking a different toll on the body for a football player.
It's not about. It's if you want it to matter, like that is just common sense. There's less times that you can be in Milwaukee and sleep through a game in the second night of a back to back. You can't do like go out in Toronto like everybody does, you know, the first night of a back to back.
Oh,
shorten it. Okay, let's say it's 30 games. If it's 30 games, this game would absolutely matter.
You have to be an adult. Oh my God. So to say, well, it's just too many games for these guys to be responsible.
No, that's not it. It's that they just got up. They're within striking distance. They think they can get the second seed. So that's what they're looking at this, and they're saying, hey, our guys have been playing. I mean, he's been riding Jokic. We said that from the beginning of the year. You got to pick some of your spots. You got to allow your bench to step up and win a couple games for you. He gave them an opportunity, and we got what we got, which is what we always get with this bench. You know, I mean, he's like, we don't need to go 7-man rotation for this game and wear out all of our guys because we have to win it, right? So
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. 82 games make these players more lazy.
But we're losing because look at all those minutes for those scrubs.
I could take nights off for the first 30 games and still be 52 games left. Deal. Okay,
I will give you max contract.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works, because if you half-ass it through the first 30 games, I agree with the sentiment, but most players that are interested in winning, which is not why it's not the 82 games.
Jamal Murray does this every year.
Yeah, but the problem is that he's playing with a Hall of Fame caliber player, so you can afford to. If you take 30 games off and you're in Charlotte, guess what? You're not going to the playoffs. Now, that might not matter. That might not matter because they don't give a fuck. But I'm saying, like, that's not how that works for teams that aren't good. You can't just take 30 games off. There's no taking 30 games off for teams that don't have a Hall of Fame joker on it.
But because there's no talent, and we have the same guys. The guys who need to prove themselves are P-Watt, are Strother. That's about all the guys that we care about, really, that are going to be playing in the playoffs. Zeke maybe gets 8 minutes a game in the playoffs. Maybe he can earn that much. I mean, those are the only guys that we care about that are going to be making any sort of discernible impact in the playoffs. We're looking at Strother, and we're looking at.
This isn't the conversation completely. Fishing the goalpost has moved. Now we're just talking about why 82 games, shorten the season. You'll get better production out of guys.
That was just in general theoretical. Yeah, they would care more if it was less games. That's just, I mean, theoretical. I'm not saying shorten it. I'm not like advocating for that. I'm just pointing out the obviousness of the logic.
You're obvious. You're obviously logical. I want 82 games. I want 82 games always. They need to actually give a shit, like MJ Stockton, even Andre Miller's who played 82. I think that this is the crux of probably my issue. First of all, for Fishing and you, I don't give a shit if they lose the game. I care how they look playing it.
I do now.
And they look terrible. And that is at the 30 games left in the season mark. You can explain it away if you want to. It's piss poor. You got your fans that have paid money to go into the stadium and watch you fucking play the Lakers. At least play the game like you give a shit. I'm not talking about losing. I'm talking about how they're playing the game. Does that make sense?
I think they're doing too much. And I think it might be because we're on ESPN. Like, let's break this down. I don't think anybody's not giving effort. I think they're doing stupid stuff. They're trying to do a no-look pass. AAG is like doing a no-look pass where he looked at him and then turned and then threw it to the Lakers.
Exactly.
I think Westbrook is trying too hard. So we're arguing, if we're talking about the primetime game and our effort, I think the effort is there. I think that's the problem. You need Russ to settle down, play within himself. You know, this is what you do. We let out the bench like we were up 30 in a seventh grade basketball game.
I think he needed to do it. You know why? Because he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing out there? At a certain and Julian Strother picking up those 4 first half fouls, I think kind of fucked his rotation. Hold on, real quick.
How did that even happen?
He had 3 in the first quarter, and then he picked up the third on a flagrant, and then the fourth, I think he was just kind of like, come over here and sit by me.
He had 1 minute. He had 1 minute. That's never been happened. Congratulations, everyone. This is a historical moment. That there's no way anybody has played 1 minute and gotten 4 personal fouls ever. There's no way.
I don't know what the
right. How would you even do that?
How do you do that?
Like that seems to get arrested. That's like molestation. Come on, leave the guy alone. Get off of him for a second.
I'm annoyed. I'm super annoyed. Some of you guys aren't. Let me see.
I hate the Lakers. We'll get serious the second half now. I hate Reeves. Hate his dorky.
Jonathan Kidd says, "What up, and G? We're all a bit annoyed with the first half. How are you doing?" Well, I'm annoyed. You guys are annoyed. Apparently, between Mark,
I'm annoyed with you more than anything here.
I can tell. Hold on.
Let's take away power from the players.
Zeno's Warbirds
should care more.
Zeno's Warbirds.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Lakers run out of gas by the fourth quarter when they play in Denver. 52-80.
Let's all bet on it. Let's go. I got money. Let's see this happen right now.
Venmo me and then I'll bet your money on it. Fair point. J Kid, the GOAT, played 82 games a year. I'm telling you, man, I don't understand y'all. I don't understand how it doesn't eat at you that these guys are only being asked to play basketball.
Because I want to win a championship.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you saying by saying that? What are you saying by saying that?
You want them to be prepared and ready to go and rested because you're going to have no bench in the playoffs. You want to give as much.
No. You're missing my point. Aaron Gordon throwing a no look. Am I crazy?
Oh my God.
Aaron Gordon throwing a no look bounce pass on the break, sitting 3 feet from the rim where he could dunk the basketball, has nothing to do with the bench.
Is AG not trying hard? Is he not caring? Is that what you're going to say about AG?
Yeah,
old man yelling at those clouds and AG. What are you talking about? He's trying.
Is that what that is? That's trying.
He's got to have a little freedom to have a little flair. He's AG.
No, you don't have, because that's not your game. That's my point.
You're right.
Flair's not AG's game. You know what your game is? You play defense, you rebound the basketball, you dunk the basketball. That's your game. Flair's not your game. I can't stand you right now.
You lock in defensively, get in your stance, and start carrying. You're not doing any bounce passes. I hate bounce passes.
Nuggets are down.
Let's let him play a little bit.
Let him play a little bit. You know what he does when he plays a little bit? He pisses me off. Huh?
LeBron looks like Westbrook out there right now.
Fishing says he's with you. So look, you got somebody in there. I'm with Mark.
And MPJs raining threes.
Let them rain down on you.
Was that? I'm late to the party. 4 for 19 since the All-Star break. So you took the one game that he shot badly in his slow start to try to make a trend report. Is that what we were saying?
Yeah, that's what we're saying. And guess what?
Guess
what? Guess what? It's working. Because guess what? They're playing better. So
I know.
You know what? They're not playing better because you and Fishing. I guarantee you that.
It is because I let them be themselves instead of saying, hey, you got to try harder and play defense.
What? So you're saying the guys trying harder and playing defense? Why don't you guys bitching anymore?
The same effort.
I haven't gone anywhere. I'm keeping that same energy, Fishing, just so you know. I'm keeping that same energy. Win the game.
Gordon has been shooting a lot of threes.
You guys are the type that are like, oh, I take care of my kids. It's what you're supposed to do. Like what?
What does that even have? What are you talking about?
I'm saying as a hypothetical. I'm saying like people who are like, I'll take care of my kids, and it's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not going to congratulate you because you're playing professional basketball for millions of dollars like a professional. I'm not going to congratulate. Oh, good job. You're playing like a professional.
They call it jump ball on that.
Jamal Murray has been playing like a max contract player for the whole season. This team needs championship mentality for more.
I know. I agree with that. That is a fact. That is a fact. Jamal Murray needs to get like beaten by some Serbians to give a shit about the start of the season. So we're not always doing this. We wonder if he's broken or just fat. It is the most annoying thing, especially right before we give him a max contract, which really we all assumed he deserved. But I don't think that
who's we all
universal.
Who's we all? Who's we all? You
it was assumed. It was assumed, not
because
deserved.
He scored 50 points. It was because he scored 50 points in a game. That's why y'all.
It's because I mean he's like how many kids do the Cronkies have? He's the other one.
Yeah, he's the illy. He's the illy. You know what I'm talking about? He's the one that they don't talk about at parties. You know what I mean?
The Cronkies with his stupid mustache.
By the way, they pulled to within a bucket and then just decide, oh yeah, that's what we brought.
Let's just chill out on those 6-point swings in an NBA game. I mean, I think the big thing is we're not like clutching our pearls after every 3-pointer here. Like we're fine. We got 9 minutes left in the third.
I can't wait to see how this sounds.
What is your roller coaster ride of emotion like for every NBA game?
It's not every NBA game. It's not every NBA game. It's this.
It's just the primetime ones that matter.
No, it's this game. I'm watching this game. Every game is a game in and of it to itself.
It is good to see Luka like kind of looking like Luka. I wish he wasn't playing for the fucking Lakers.
What do you think about this? What do you think about Daniel Miller's hashtag right here?
Yeah, dude.
You're with that?
Hey, Mike. Yeah, sure.
Get him out of here.
Higher.
Get him out of here. Who do you get better? I'll tell you who I would go get. Here's who I would take a flyer on, sight unseen. Greg Anthony.
Oh, God.
You don't think he knows?
Yeah, dude, I would definitely get a guy who just get him out of the booth and yeah, let's get him right in. Let's get he's first time too, right? So yeah, let's get him. Sure. Let's have him take over the 2
JJ Redick. Just JJ Redick's ass.
Yeah, dude, let's 100%. That sounds like a great plan. No way that could backfire.
Hey,
I want him to go get
we don't need any of that. You don't have to do all that.
For the last few years that we have of this championship window, like we have our team. We're locked and loaded.
Yeah.
We know who's in.
And we know what it is. We know what it is. This is not a championship roster.
What? No, I think we are a contender.
Okay.
Who are you putting ahead of us in the West outside of OKC? Who hasn't done it and still have to take their lumps?
Memphis.
Oh, okay. So I'm not taking you seriously anymore.
Why?
No, I do like them, but they aren't.
You should. How about this? How about the team that beat us last year? No? And the team that drubbed us before we went.
Where are they? Cats in New York. That was the biggest thing. We're worried about Julius Randle now.
Hold on. Is that what it looked like? Did it look like that when the Nuggets went and played them in Minnesota before the break? Wasn't that one of the 3 games that they lost consecutive against the 3 good teams that they played?
I don't just.
Did that happen or did that not?
Games in Minnesota? Was it? That was another primetime game too.
You moved the goalpost. So what you're saying is, I'm going to pull up Andon's comment.
No,
so
I look at the entire season. I'm not pointing out games in 80 out of 82 and coming.
Of course, you look at the entire season, but you can't look at the entire season before the entire season's been played. So all you have is what's in front of you.
Are you a golfer?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a good one. Not a good one, but hold on before your analogy. Some of this argument sounds like, let's also not practice because we're good enough to play in the playoffs. What better practice than play good games? We're talking about practice. Like what you guys? Okay, now make your analogy.
Well, what are they talking? But they still Okay.
Make your golf analogy.
I'm saying I'm not overreacting to the fact that they were down 9 at halftime and the sky is falling.
It's not
I
about
want
being
them
down
to
9.
win this game.
It's not
I
about being
think
down
that
9.
they do have effort.
It's
I
not
do
about
think it's
being down 9.
important that they secure the number 2 seed. If they secure the number 2 seed by beating the worst teams in the league and lose to the top teams, I'm going to be worried, but I'll be a lot more confident than if they beat all these good teams and end up the 4 seed and have to take on OKC round 2.
You're assuming that they would have to only play 7 to beat the good teams, when what I'm saying is they just have to play like they give a shit. Silly ass.
What about that this game?
Hold on. Let me think. I'll tell you what about this game. 12 turnovers in a half of basketball. What do you mean?
It was 11. Now
It's
you're
12.
already moving the goalpost here. What are you talking
12.
about?
They have
You're
12
playing
now.
120-yard football field?
They have 12 now.
Is this Canada? They get a running start now?
They
can just do whatever they want. They can kick it through the goalpost, drop kick it.
Here's a guy who's for you. Mark, you're talking to people who have been mad at the team for a 9-game win streak. You can't win.
Boom. You win our giveaway today. We have a Yeti cooler for you. We'll be sending that to you. Talk to our producer.
Yeah. Talk to the producer.
Donnie
Wahlberg is in the back getting.
Brown just goes to the bucket like he wants to murder someone. It is beautiful.
The last thing on his mind is passing the ball.
Look at where are you? What is your speed? Also, Hayes is doing a good job. He lost it. Dude, he's getting confident, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
because that's what we've worried about. He had those yips at Kansas. It's all mental with him. If he's locked, if he believes he's the best player on the court, I'm going
to revisit. I can guarantee you this, because the one thing I'm clear on, and I've already made my peace with it. This is not a championship team. It's just not.
I would say respectfully disagree, but I will just say disagree.
They had a better roster last year. You'd say yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. They had a better roster.
What would be the difference? It would be Murray. Is Murray going to play like absolute shit?
You got no choice. If you
look at Reeves,
your goal, if your formula to beat either OKC or Minnesota even is to two-man your way through the Western Conference Finals, I respectfully tell you, we'll see you next fall after you did not make it out of the West. This is not the better teams in the West. The teams that will be the kryptonite for the Nuggets are the teams that are deep.
Yes.
And the teams that defend well in the paint.
You know what I like about you the most, Oren? What? Is you say things as if
they're fact.
You know what you're talking about, and that's a good strategy.
So you're saying I don't?
No,
that's cool. No, that's cool.
I'm glad that you made your peace with the Nuggets not being a contender.
They're not.
But I do think
contender in as much as to say that they're the two. Okay, cool.
And I do think that last year, the way that happened, I was shocked.
How did it happen? Tell me how it happened.
Shocked.
Tell me how it happened. Give me the math. Since you know, give me the math that put that together. I can tell you what it is. It's playing a 7-man rotation and tuckering your guys out, because that's all you had to play with. They're not doing that this year. So that's cool. They're not doing that this year, but they're going to have to do it in the playoffs.
Did you say tuckering the guys out?
Yeah, you tuckered your guys out. They were plumb tuckered. You had to play 7 in order to get that 50 wins that
I didn't hear anything after tuckering them out, so you'll have to repeat that.
PJ tuckered. You
they gassed tuckered out, guys.
You gassed your guys, and by the time it got down to it,
shouldn't they play as hard as they can at every game because there's fans there and they have a. Don't they owe it to us?
But you're not.
Everything
last year
that November game. Then so that You know what? Like,
Okay.
but then they're also out of gas in game 7.
Hold on.
Rotation.
Hold on.
How are they?
Did they or did they not? Did they or did they not take a 7-man rotation?
Oh, that was so unnecessary. Oh no, that was the other white guy.
Yeah, I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to have the conversation. Your ADD kicks in when it's time to have the conversation. Did they or did they not go 7 deep into the playoffs? And were they or were they not playing basically a 7-man rotation from well before the All-Star break?
That's what we're going to do in the playoffs again. That's my
whole
point.
Okay. Yeah. Now last year's 7 included a guy who was at least
killing it in Orlando, right? He's just
no. Listen. I know KCP is not the guy that he used to be, but from the championship year, you'd have to say that it stood to reason that KCP would show up and do what he did. And for the most part, he did, although he missed some big shots. You know who didn't show up and still has a problem showing up consistently? Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
You're down KCP, and you still have a Michael Porter Jr. who's inconsistent. And you have a Christian Brown who's playing out of position. And you have a Russell Westbrook who couldn't hit the side of anyway.
And so, where are they? Number 2 seed, right?
I don't give a shit.
You're right. We know all of these issues. How would you fix these issues? Not sign Zeke? Yeah. Not sign Dario? Yeah.
I'm saying that's why
this is our team. This is it.
Yeah,
this is what we have. We are going to go into the playoffs with a 7 or 8-man rotation.
Yep.
We're going to get gas. They're gonna ride Jokic. The bottom line is, Jokic, you can't be Jokic and lose a game 7 up 20 at home. Okay. Bottom line.
Here's the end to that sentence. Here's the period. Hold on. Here's the period to the end of that sentence. That's why I've made my peace with this not being a championship roster. Just so we're clear.
No one in the comments asked for your reasoning for your terrible take.
Okay, it's a terrible take.
We understand why. We understand what the issues are with the Nuggets. I like how we flipped here too.
What did we flip to?
Because now I'm like really defending the Nuggets here.
Yeah, exactly. And you're trying so hard. You and Fishin are contrary. The Nuggets are going to the finals. The Nuggets are going to the finals.
You know what this team is.
According to you and Fishin, the Nuggets are going to the finals. So let's just see it happen. Let's see this 7-man rotation.
I said that they're akin to, yes. I mean, why are you surprised about a 7-man rotation?
It's not that I'm not. Who said I'm surprised about it? You keep saying things that I'm not saying. What I'm saying is I'm looking at what it is.
Was it 7-man, or if MPJ had maybe his regular season averages in the playoffs?
I can tell you this. If MPJ were playing any brand of consistent basketball against stiff competition, I'd feel different about this 7-man rotation. But he's not.
Well, have you been watching how he's been playing, how he's shown more playmaking ability, how he's expanded his shot creation, how he's taking different shots?
Sure, I've seen him do that against.
Also, keeping in mind,
he also rans. Sure, you're absolutely right.
You brought up it's his season average, which is how we're going to evaluate him, not because we are hyper focused.
Michael Porter Jr. What's he shooting? What's he tonight? Tell me what he is tonight. Fuck all that. Fuck all the rest of it.
It's not about what you shoot every night. It's
what are you talking about? How can it not be about what you shoot every night? Every night is encompassed.
You think he's averaging more points against garbage teams? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that he tends to play better against weaker competition. That's
okay. Well, where's your PowerPoint showing us that?
Okay, you want to see
what are the numbers against?
You want to see his splits?
Well,
is that what we should look at?
Splits against what? Yeah, let's see it against
over 500 teams over 500.
How are you going to do this right now?
We're just going to have to look at it. We're just going to have to look at it during this over the schedule.
That's the whole point of that. Defeats the whole purpose. If we're going to look at
what does it?
We're gonna look at a small sample size.
No, we can just look at all of it. We don't have to look at small sample size. We can just look at all of it. Does that work for you?
Yes, that does work.
All right. That 2 of 11 against Charlotte was.
Yeah,
that kind of put a wrench in my argument. That 2 of 11 against Charlotte. guys are.
He was hurt too. He was
Yeah,
he was just out. He was sitting.
So Orlando sub 500 squad 11 of 16. New Orleans sub 500 squad 11.
Dude, Jokic is 2 for 5. Why aren't we talking about that? He shot 5
because Joker's a triple double every night he rolls out of bed. He can afford to have a bad game. They're not. You're comparing apples and oranges. And all I'm telling you is if you
the reason why we're losing this game is because he shot 5 shots. That's why we're losing.
All I'm telling you is that you guys in this flip the switch mentality, I'll only take it from guys who are known that can flip the switch. That's not Michael Porter Jr. He's not the flip the switch guy. As a matter of fact, he's the guy that needs to figure out what the hell the switch is. He's not the flip the switch guy.
Yeah, and I can't say anything until the playoffs. He's got to step up.
You can't say anything at all. That's not his game. It's not his game. He's not a
we'll see in the playoffs. That's the only way this conversation has any
validity.
Yeah, we'll see in the playoffs because you're right. He's played like shit, and I have felt every MPJ missed 3-pointer in the playoffs in my ulcer. I have so many ulcers right now. I agree with you, man. 100%. He's got to step up. I think.
So when do you propose that he does that in the playoffs when it matters most? Is that when he does that? When do you think is the best?
Let's keep going. Let's continue with your exercise. Let's look at these numbers.
Okay.
Let's keep going.
I was doing that until you interrupted me.
I thought we could do 2 things. You said we could do 2 things.
No, you. Okay. So New Orleans sub 500 team, 16 to 23, had 30. Those are pretty good games. That Charlotte game before that, 6-14. This dude's just all over the map, which is more of the instrumental point.
Wait, I mean, let's just look at this though. I mean, what?
I'm
overall. Look
at
those numbers.
What?
I mean, how are we going to complain about 44% and 54%? I mean, come on.
How are we going to complain about 44%?
44
in the wins? That's great. What about in the losses?
So is he shooting 100% in all the wins or all the like?
No, what I'm saying is that he's a guy
who doesn't shoot any threes,
bro. Yeah, what I'm telling you is that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is that jokers like you have set this guy up to be the next Klay Thompson, and he's not.
Whoa. Those are other issues that have nothing to do with me. I'm not setting him up to be
you're so in love with
above average player on a stacked Golden State team.
Tell me your philosophy about MPJ and how many threes he should take a game.
I want him at 7, and I want Brown I want him at 3.5. That's the key stat that I'm looking at every game. Those two hit those numbers. That's good for us in the playoffs. We need them because it means that they're both confident. It means that Jamal is not icing him out. He's getting involved in the offense because that's part of the problem is what we do is we kind of open up the offense in the regular season. We get to the playoffs. We do the 2-man game over and over and over again. And what do? We have P-Watt in a corner. We have MPJ in a corner. He's not involved in the offense. Is it catch and shoot over and over. So one of the ways that he's improved this year, I think, is getting involved in the flow of the offense. He's been cutting. He's been not just shooting 3-pointers. He's been a little bit more of a playmaker. His assist numbers were up early. I actually haven't checked to see if they're still up. But those are all very important metrics to monitor in his maturation this year. And also, I think he needs to be a bigger part of our offense. We started this season.
I do too. How do you think that? Okay, let me ask you a question because that sounds great. How does that happen? How does he become a bigger part of the offense? Is that him hanging out at the 3-point line? Or is that him involving himself in the offense and doing things like rebounding the ball offensively, crashing glass?
He's always been we're not going to complain about his rebound. His rebounding numbers have always been fantastic. So, yeah, I think it is more of Malone saying, hey, we're not
like Malone's
game, and we need to run some plays for him. Let him run with the second unit. The problem is he doesn't play well with Jamal. I don't think Jamal.
Yeah, you know why he doesn't play well with Jamal? Because Jamal's not a playmaker.
Jamal doesn't pass him the ball.
Yeah, because Jamal's not a playmaker. So that's why no one plays well with Jamal except for Joker, because Joker can make plays for Jamal. Jamal's not a playmaker.
Well, that's where
That's
we've
why he
always
doesn't
been
play
stuck.
well with Jamal.
Who's the guy that can initiate that bench unit, give guys
I think
touches?
I think the thing they need to flip-flop, to be honest with you, because now it's just about scoring. And now I'm going to stop arguing with my friend Dan because I love him. He's my brother.
They're going to say like that the Lakers are shutting down.
Stop and listen. The way that they can, I think the only fix that Malone has at his hand is that he's got to go back to putting, because Russ off the bench is a super.
I agree with you.
So I think he has to put Russ back in the starting lineup and bench. You got to bench Christian Brown and just hope that what you're getting is another piece of offensive firepower. You got to forget about MPJ in turn. Look, behind the back in transition. This is not a serious team. And honestly, I can't believe I spent the last half hour arguing with you knuckleheads about something that's pretty plainly obvious. This team is as much as I love this.
Guess what play you're talking about because of how slow of a delay you have.
Hush. Don't do that. Nobody wants to know how the sausage is made, bro. You don't have to.
I said that to my wife. I said hush. She gave me the dirtiest look I have.
When you said hush to Seymour?
I just said hush.
I can't believe I've been arguing with you over something so blatantly obvious.
Were we arguing?
Well, we were debating.
I don't remember that.
It's not an argument. The Nuggets are trailing currently. It's fine too. If they lose the game, who cares?
That is a problem. I mean, that is bullshit. How are they give up 100 points?
100 points to the Lakers and Luka and the immortal Rui Hachimura going nuts on you. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm quite sure it'll be fine. Right?
I'm not gonna.
I'm quite sure it's fine.
Nobody's pissed in my Wheaties. I am not gonna lose sleep over this game.
I don't think it's the game again losing.
I get what you're saying, but this team is not a team that's coming up that has to prove themselves and be like, hey, do they have the medal? Yeah, they do. They've proven it.
What are you talking about?
That is
literally not the same team that proved it. So no, this team hasn't proven that. Joker has proven it. I'll give it to Jamal because he was there, but no one else on this team can say they've proven it. They are down 3 players that were on that championship team.
MPJ, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, Murray, Brown, Zeke.
I'm not doing.
Was Jordan on the squad? MPJ.
You keep
How many? Is that more than 3?
Come on. So P-Watt was a contributor during that? Was that what that was? No, that wasn't Brown.
You're right. That's another one.
That wasn't Bruce.
I haven't even counted him.
That wasn't big minutes coming from Facu Campazzo. No, that wasn't big minutes coming from KCP or big shots getting hit and knocked down by K or Jeff Green. No, that's not what that was. That was what are you talking about, dude? This is not the same team that won a championship. It's not. It's not.
Did you see where are you at with that Westbrook play in?
I just saw.
Good play. Okay.
I just saw.
That was a good play. There, I mean,
MPJ is missing wide open shots. Nuh-uh. Get out. That's not. That's like saying this water's wet.
Yeah, that guy who shoots 45% from 3. I don't understand all the hate for him. It's like it's always like that third guy, you know?
Yeah, it's like, because I'm over the maturation process. I'm over the kid gloves with him. Everybody treats MPJ like Bambi.
No, everybody hates him, dude.
He's got new legs.
At a Nuggets game, everybody does the same thing. MPJ. How's Jokic? Jokic is playing like shit. What is he doing? How many turnovers does he have?
I don't really know what he's doing, to be honest with you. Let me see the type of game that my boy is having. God.
He has 4 turnovers.
-8, 4 turnovers.
Dude, I mean, if we're looking at anything.
2 of 5. He's 2 of 5.
That's what I said like 10 minutes ago.
Is that what you said?
Yes, 5 shots. I mean, I guess the Lakers finally figured us out.
You just clicked on a comment that was an answer to something else, LOL. Shut the fuck up, Fishing.
Yeah. Well, no. We're on the same team, Fishing. Bobby Fishing.
So when does Joker become the MVP and take over this game, or is it everyone else? So now this is what's funny. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. So now the one game that Joker has off, you don't have a problem criticizing him, but you'll stand up for Jamal Murray, the Jake.
Are you talking to me?
Weird. I'm talking to Fishin. I have a problem with this guy, and he's going to hear about it.
Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good.
I did not come in here to be upset tonight by you all.
Yeah, I know. I'm riled up. So let's go.
So now the post is moved. Are you talking
You're right.
Goalposts?
We moved it. We
I'm
talked.
not moving any goalposts, Fishing. They stay exactly where they belong.
You're all over the place. I don't even know what I'm arguing with you.
I never stuck up for MPJ. Read the comments before. No one likes LOLs, by the way, Fishing.
I like adopted them like 8 years after everybody else.
Condescending.
Get rid of it.
They're condescending.
Are they?
Yeah.
No.
16, 19, 29, 30, 44. They're condescending. LOLs?
Yeah. What's wrong with those?
They're super condescending.
Like in text messages?
Oh, for sure. If somebody LOLs you in a text message, do you really feel like, I mean, it feels.
Yeah, because they do it instead of doing the comment. They took the time to be LOL, so they must have laughed out loud.
I have to let you know I'm joking with you because you take me too serious. First of all, joke, I don't care enough to take you too serious.
Yes.
Do I animate it? Sure.
I do. Thank you.
To take you too serious. It's a debate. It's a debate. It's a debate. Did I tell you? Did I say it was a Hey, are you mocking me?
No.
Oh.
I wouldn't even know how to do that.
That's a lie.
We could go with that anywhere you want to
You
go.
and Fishing both, when we all get together. By the way, Fishing's getting married, and he's invited me to his bachelor party in May. Are you gonna go with me if I'm there? Would you go? Would you go?
Yeah.
Can Mark Wahlberg be my +1 to your bachelor?
Where are we going? Are we going to like a cool place? I have to go to Palm Springs. I had to drop so much money to go to Palm Springs. I thought that place was just in the desert, but it's like a very expensive place. I'm not very.
You didn't know Palm Springs was expensive?
No idea. Is Joshua Tree expensive?
Everything in California is expensive.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
but Joshua Tree also is deceptive because the problem with I went to Joshua Tree not last year, 23. We went to Joshua Tree with the lady, and if you don't stay, like if you pay bargain prices in Joshua Tree, you're going to stay in some really creepy like 70s hippie gassed out. You want to stay somewhere nice in Joshua Tree.
Oh, like the guy in off Colfax who had that motel who just filmed everybody in his little motel for like 50 years.
Exactly. Exactly. You want to
oh man, he should write a book, like what was he, because he would get bored with like sex stuff.
He was watching illicit
just sex stuff. I thought he would be more interested in like day-to-day stuff, like
what day-to-day
humanity, like just the arguments or like what sort of struggles are they working through,
A motel on Colfax. What type
he
of
was just doing sex stuff the whole time?
What type of day-to-day humanity stuff do you think's happening in a Colfax motel if it's not sex stuff?
It's all humanity. It's imagine the stories of the people at that place who decided to stay on Colfax and Lakewood, dude. Like, how did you end up here? I want to hear that story.
Well, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with either sex or drugs.
How long has it been since you talked to your parents?
Ask Denny Nagel. Let's get to the comments. You want to read some comments? You want to read this one? Read it.
Wait.
Read it.
Getting beat defensive effort against him, and he still has a third quarter triple double. Yeah. Oh, get it. Yeah, because of the effort against him, which is a bunch of midgets. He's throwing the ball away. I don't know what's going on with him, but he doesn't have. I thought he had. Oh well, he does. Yeah. I mean, you're right. I don't know what the point is of that. What do
Point is that the point. What he beats out to? I was waiting for you to put. The point is that Fishing was taking shots at Joker, and Joker's like, yeah, he's getting beat, but he still's got a third quarter.
I mean, he's playing like shit. You can't. I mean,
he got a triple double. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, it is, dude, every single time. Isn't
that crazy?
But we also know that triple
double. Whereas
dude, it's
anybody else playing like shit. Like if he's not scoring, at least he's involving other guys. Anybody else playing like shit?
But he's never been -8 plus minus. I mean, he has the best, the like historic plus minus. You know, I mean, look at Brown. He's and Zeke
originally started
again.
The argument originally started that the Nuggets didn't get up for primetime games, so why does Jokic get a pass for not showing? That's a fair point. He did not show up tonight. They still got a quarter though, and according to you guys, it's all fine though. Why are you worried about it, Fishing?
About it. I already know what's going to happen.
Fishing also said absolutely you can come to the
cancel the season. We don't need 82 games because
that was you saying that. It wasn't me. That was
Nuggets are done. End it now, dude.
Yeah, put me out of my misery now. I don't want to wait around.
Yeah, I don't want to watch this.
Get the bullet, polish it, put it the Hydra shock right in my skull. Yeah, you got to
polish it. You think we're polishing bullets over here?
Well, you got to polish
you out of your misery.
Bro, you got to polish the.
We're not polished in anything.
You got to polish the death blow when you deliver the death blow. I want my name written. I want my name written on that bullet. I want my name on it. Because Jokic got up for more than everyone else this season. He has far less quote off games than anyone else in the league. How about that? Take that, Fishing and Mark Wahlberg. I'm gonna read some more comments.
Nobody said I agree with that. What are you talking about? Why are you pitting me? Yeah, you're right, dude. He's the greatest player. Like
Timothy Rimothy has the right point. Championship mentality. You guys don't have it.
He didn't say that. You inferred that.
I did infer that. I agree, but this is the one they all should be up for, is what Oren said. That is what I said.
Yeah, because Oren decided that we should care about this February.
Jonathan Kidd I think Jonathan Kidd is apologizing for what you had to read with the beat. He said he cannot type.
I like it.
Can't say midgets anymore. It's small people.
Did you say midget or did I say midget?
I didn't say midget, so no one can pin that one on me. I'm pretty sure you said it. You are Mark Wahlberg.
I didn't say midget. Oh, I did say. I said covering with those short people.
Let's read some more. So then check it out. If he has an off night, and because everyone else phones it in, we lose games like this. That's the point. Shouldn't somebody have to pick it up for your number one guy?
Dude, what the hell's up with King? No, dude. I mean, we are 100%. We go as Jokic. This team is garbage without him. There's nobody that I would keep. I would throw all of the bathwater out with all the babies if Jokic was not a part of this team.
Is there a trade is there ever a time when you would entertain trading Joker like Dallas trade?
Absolutely not. 100%.
For nothing ever. Look, why are they talking to Michael Porter Jr.? Why is Lisa Salters talking to Michael Porter Jr.? It's a 9-point game. We gotta shut your bitch ass up. I'm so sick of that kid.
God, why so
MPJ
much?
MPJ is averaging 13 points.
What is it? Is it that like?
Hold on. Listen, MPJ is averaging 13.9 points in his playoff career. Dude has running out of the bank every night. Your thoughts?
Yes, didn't we already acknowledge this? I said you're right. I'm not. He has to step up in the playoffs. He has to. And I can't defend his playoff record. I think that he.
I would hope you would not try. I hope you would not even attempt to defend his pro career to this point.
I put gas in my car, Oren. I just said that I wasn't going to defend it. We don't need to pile on here. We're just having a conversation. Okay, I agree with you. He needs to step it up. I mean, you know how much shit I've taken because of that guy?
How much shit have you had to eat because of that fucking guy?
This high.
Access your feelings. You were worth it. You have a right to access your feelings and voice them. Tell us all. Embrace the hate. I'm representing the dark.
I've always been the biggest MPJ guy, and I've had to shut the fuck up every playoff because he's been horrendous. So
I can guarantee you that if he doesn't get better during the regular season, probably stands the reason he's not going to get more consistent in the playoffs. But I'm not going to pile on. It shows why Jokic is the MVP.
He has been more. Pull up his year-by-year career numbers. At what point will you
give him
evidence and maybe be encouraged, or at least open the door for encouragement
that
you already slammed in all these Nuggets fans' faces by saying they don't have a chance?
Yeah, I don't think this is a championship roster. It sucks because I want to see Joker get another one. I want to see Russie get one. I think there is a formula. Okay, how about let me amend that first statement. There is a formula. Listen. There is a formula in which this Nuggets roster could win a championship this year. You know the key component. Hold on. You know the wagon. You know the key component to that formula? Them playing like professionals.
MPJ.
And not smokers and jokers. So you figure that out. You figure out where it goes from there.
You figure it out. You give me the formula.
Don't play like a joker. Don't play like smokers and jokers. MPJ, Fission's not worried at all. I'm going to catch up on some comments real quick. Jokic is not aggressive at all. No worry in the first quarter by him. Where are you going?
I'm leaving.
Nuggets gonna win by 3, says Fishin. Shows up how weak the team is. Double-edged sword of having MVP on your team. Yeah. Too late.
Doesn't this feel a little negative right now for how this? Did we have higher expectations than where we're at right now coming into this season? Wasn't this looked as kind of like 4th seed? Maybe we make a run, but certainly not considered one of the top contenders coming into this season. What were the expectations of everybody to be so negative right now?
I expected this to be a team that would actually vie for a championship. I have said
that's ridiculous. If you look at it, you just said the team are we better than last year? No,
because I'm looking at the West. Again, everything has context. I'm looking at the West. I'm looking at the West. And the West. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? You don't think? Okay.
I guess Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota's killer.
All right. The West literally has one team this year. This is why it's so frustrating. The West has one team this year that I do believe is, until I see different, above reproach, and that is OKC.
I love your analysis is, hey, we're going to have OKC versus Boston. Lock it up. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Don't go out on a limb.
Show me different. Show me different, Mark Wahlberg. Show me different. Don't tell me.
I think the Knicks. I think you got to watch out for the Knicks.
Okay.
I think Boston is really susceptible to losing. I think it's very hard to go back to back, as we all experience.
But you know what the key component is? That if this team doesn't play it like a championship, hold on. I'm going to address your point. I'm going to give you the mic back to you, and then I'm going to read some chats. I'm going to read some chats real quick. I have said lack of championship mentality for months now. That's what Oren said. I didn't read that just because he said what I said. I'm just saying. Strother should just go to the showers. I agree. He's playing like a shithead. Fight him, Oren. Find him in the alleyway and square up. We're good friends. We would never fight. We'd wrestle.
Yeah,
Showers. He hasn't broken a sweat. Ski Mask is minimalist talking Pornhub. The best Pornhub movies are the ski mask with boots on. When you're on Pornhub, search ski mask and boot and Timberlands.
Oh, okay. Next time I'm on there. All right.
Yeah. To be fair, many people didn't think MPJ could even continue his career. To be fair, he is dealing with was dealing with a back issue. I don't know. Mark Wahlberg is a personification of all our collective frustration. It's not you, Mark. We just throw mad heaters in the locker.
Yeah, I get you. It's the same with me at this point. It's like I can't live and die with this team because I care. I do care too much. Like that championship was one of
thing that could ever happen.
So important to me, like that, because we needed one. Like that just legitimizes everything.
No,
and for
but
Jokic to win it in Denver, so I do care. But it's also like
so it doesn't bother you that this team might possibly squander a Hall of Fame career with one fluke. What will people will say is a fluky.
Yeah, they rolled through the playoffs, and they also had like the best metrics.
Yeah, they did. No, I don't.
So I think one, they need to win 2, and the reason that we don't or wouldn't would be Booth. That's very clear. It's also Kroenke. Did we just announce finally getting a practice facility? We're one of 2 NBA teams who don't have their own practice facility.
That's crazy.
I mean, this guy's not going to go dip into the apron because Booth has backed us in a corner where we can't do anything. Because again, how much money is he getting paid? 4 years, $32 million. That's if we don't get a championship, it's on Booth. It's not on these guys on the court.
I don't disagree with that. He thought that he could draft his way.
And I would fight Booth. If
I'd fight him with you. We could jump him. We could jump him. Let's jump him.
Let's go.
Let's jump him.
Going. No, we got to do it straight up. I want to tell him why I'm kicking his ass while I do it. I'm going to look him in the face like that's for Dario. What the hell were you doing with Reggie Jackson? What was that strategy?
I know. Quiet as kept. I used to think that Reggie Jackson would be a good addition. So what do I know? Squirrel, Cal State Bakersfield play on a blue court. It looks like the dumbest thing to play on. I didn't know Cal State Bakersfield played on a blue court. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, hold on.
And there's also a squirrel.
JJ is running circles. Ray Montez is in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day
We're getting destroyed down low.
Isn't it crazy? JJ is running circles around Malone. Definitely looks like he's getting out coached. There's something that they're doing to Joker that has Joker very unwilling to involve himself offensively. We'll say that.
They're just flooding everybody. They're
throwing so many double teams. Yeah.
We just, nobody's locked in like they're prepared for this game. Yeah, I mean, this game means a lot more to the Lakers too. Let's acknowledge that.
Does it?
Yes.
Why does it mean more?
Because they've been our bitch. So this is like they want to show that they're a new team. They have Luka. What?
That's how you show that in the regular season. I turned it around on you. That's how you show that you're not our bitch, by winning a game in the regular season, 1 of 82 games.
No, but it still matters to them.
Denver is naturally a negative fan base in all sports.
Yes,
they expect the worst all the time. I think that's
true.
Fair. I think that's fair.
You do. Except for the Broncos, I feel like we're just such a Bronco town where we think like Bo Nix can be the guy to win us like multiple championships.
You better be careful in here. There's going to be some guys in here who are going to jump all over you because you're insinuating that Bo Nix is not the guy. Hold on. Ray Montez says
win a bunch of championships with the 15th best quarterback in the league. You can win. You can compete.
Now you're going to compete. Now you're going to see Fishin turn against you. This will be interesting. Ray Montez says the West is up for grabs. Why not grab it? Why not grab it, Wahlberg? Why not?
That's my point. I'm saying that we are. I'm saying we're fine. We're sitting in the second seat coming in tonight. I'm not gonna
you seem to think that you can grab the West in the postseason, and that's not the time to grab it. It's in the regular season.
What are you talking about? I'm not talking about playing better at a certain time. I'm saying seeding is what I care about. Okay. Obviously, you want them to play better than getting blown out. I was excited about that Minnesota game too, that primetime game, and we got
so let's look at that. How have the Nuggets looked against the better competition in primetime this year? Your assessment.
You're right, and that is concerning because you look at that 9-game win streak. How many were over 500?
There weren't many. I think there
was 0. I don't think we beat one team.
Okay, so do you see the point that some of us are making? Do you and Fishin see it yet, or is it just
let's break this down and understand this? You're saying the Nuggets don't have a chance. I'm saying they do. You're saying the reason they don't have a chance is because they don't care tonight. I'm saying
no. You have misconstrued what I'm saying, so now I have to interject. I'm saying they do not play well against the better teams. That is indicative of a team that probably won't have much of a chance in the postseason, where you're going to face.
You also said that postseason is filled with a bunch of scrubs, though, right?
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
So couldn't they still make a run?
I did not say
filled with a bunch. It's so weak.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that it was filled with a bunch of scrubs. Now you're
They need to play better. MPJ needs to play better in the playoffs. I still think that this team is a contender. I still think that they can compete. That's really our only difference that we're arguing about. You're saying they don't have a chance. I say they do.
We're not arguing. We're discussing healthily at high volumes at times. Debating.
Where did
I expected this team to do comeback and smoke everyone because of how freaking embarrassing Game 7's Wolves was. I was there. It sucked all the asses. Not one of the asses, not two of the asses, not just ass, plural. It sucked all of the asses.
Like when they did the thing where like everybody held hands across the world and instead it's this human centipede, just all of the asses. That was Game 7.
This is the building on that. I'll just tell you, this is the building on it. Dante says, yes, I had high expectations because I thought Calvin Booth was competent.
Me too. He's not. He's an idiot.
Everyone should have known when the name went across the wire. What's this fucking guy, this Joker that he brought? Dario Saric. You should have known he didn't know what he was doing. Everyone on this team, checking out our roster to make sure we did not do a Mavericks, has the best player since MJ on their roster, so they have a chance. Joker is the best player in the league since MJ. I think they're squandering his time. I think that's what pisses me off so much. To be quite honest with you, just for context, again, I love to contextualize. I base all of my criticisms of the Nuggets off of you have to maximize the career of the best player that basketball has seen probably within the last 30 years. You cannot lollygag, smoke, and none of that shit. You cannot.
Then you got to give them a competent team and a bench for once. You can't be signing these scrubs. I mean, 4 years, $32 million. Who was going to sign him?
I don't disagree. I think
our failings are up top.
I don't disagree with that, but you have what you have. And when you watch games like this isn't a roster situation that they lost to. This is how you approach the game. Hold on. Let me read a couple more and then we'll get back to it. Because I want to go back to that video we were watching, but we're going to answer this question now.
We're going to go back to that defensive breakdown.
Yes. Come on.
You want to show us more of that?
You have to listen. You and I have to be in solidarity here, right?
Oh,
look good,
dude.
So you have to be excited about it. Are you excited about watching that video?
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped.
You're not even paying attention.
I want to see
what makes this is the question.
Is getting a little bit. Oh, that was.
Here's a question. What makes OKC playoff experience better than anyone in the West? I don't think it's an experience thing. I think it's a roster makeup style of play thing.
They got to take their lumps. They're going to lose.
They got to take their lumps. Is that what you're basing this off of? Is that your great analysis?
When has that been wrong?
That they got to take their lumps? When is a better time for a young team?
Go up.
When is a better time for a young team to make it?
You said tuckered out. You're gonna.
When is the best? You can't bring that back. Okay. When is the best time for a young team to make its move than when it's wide open?
Well, yeah, you're right. But I'm saying that's what we do have is to hope that there is a stumble there because we see it with young teams. And when it goes up a notch every round.
Holy shit. What is Timothy Rimothy trying to do here? Fishing. Oren did have a picture of male abs on his Twitter timeline an episode or two ago. Not even black abs. It was abs.
How dare you? Those were my abs, all right?
Not your abs.
Those were my abs. I said that to him.
Timothy Rimothy, I would ban you if I knew how to ban you right now. You would be banned. What kind of bullshit? Because you don't say that about me. You don't say that. You don't say that.
Thank you for my abs.
Those were not your abs, and
they were my abs. Everyone.
It was I can't even remember what that was. I think it was an ad or something that was on my Twitter timeline, and Timothy was trying to hold me responsible for it.
It was like 8-pack. I was shredded.
Timberlands. Oren is a freak.
Yeah, dude. I didn't even know what that was, so I'm scared to look at that. I've seen everything.
Ski mask porn with Timberlands? Boy, it gets bad. It gets it gets really like after a while you're kind of like, I don't know if I'm enjoying this.
I'll just stick with Marge Simpson and a BBL. Thank you. I'm more of a traditionalist.
Knicks are 0-6 against the Cavs and the Celtics this season.
Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody's looking at the Celtics, but I think who's going to come out of there, though? You think? I
think it's going to be the Knicks this year. Personally, I think it's going to be the Knicks this year.
You bullied me into losing all of my life savings.
I bullied you. You should have known better than to make that bet the way this team was playing.
I did it out of spite.
AC Max in the building.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang.
Listen,
I'm a nice worker.
Listen, Mark Wahlberg, game over. This team is not serious, not going to make it past the second round. Your thoughts?
Okay.
That's all you have to say for yourself?
I mean,
that's how you respond to that? KC Mack.
I mean, like, what are we talking about? I'm gonna get mad. I think that they're a contender. I think that I don't think the West scares me. I think that they've been showing some things before the worst game that they've had since probably in Minnesota.
To be clear,
and we have the best player on the court in every game that we play. So we got a chance.
To be clear, this would make hold on. To be clear, this would make the fourth team that they've played in the last 14 games against hold on, with a above 500 record. What do you think they are in those games? What do you think their record is in those 4 games?
In the 4 games?
Against teams above 500 within the last 14 games.
The 14 games. Okay, so we look at the last 9 games that we've won have been sub 500, right?
Right. And then the 3 games that they lost before that were against 500 teams or better. No, they weren't actually. One of those teams was the Bulls, and they were not. They were just a 500 team.
Oh,
and now the Lakers being an above 500 team. So within the last 13 games, the Nuggets have played 4 teams with an above 500 record. They've lost 3 of those 4 games, and then they dropped 1 game to a sub 500 team. What does that tell you about this team?
It tells you that you looked at a 3-game stretch, extended it to 14 games during a 9-game win streak, and said, "Hey, look, they lost those 3 games."
A 9-game win streak against sub 500 teams would tells you that this is a team that's good enough to beat the teams.
Oren?
It tells you that there's a team that is good enough to beat the bad teams, but not good enough to beat the good teams. That's what it tells me.
Who are we worried about outside of OKC? Are we worried about Houston?
I'm worried about anybody that makes it into the playoffs, because it stands to reason that anybody in the playoffs is susceptible to beat this team, because they don't.
Right. And we are also can beat any team.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
So Minnesota? We have no chance against OKC and who?
Minnesota.
Why are you on this Minnesota trip?
For whatever reason, the Frenchman gives.
You love Minnesota.
I don't love them.
Julius Randle coming in, clogging up the paint.
It's not Malone.
Holding the ball the whole time.
Nuggets have to fire Malone.
Gobert trying to do jump shots.
I don't think we have it tonight. Keep going. I'm just reading while you do that. Keep going. Wax poetic.
Garbage.
We're the 3 seed.
I hate Minnesota.
This team can't beat teams over 500.
Yeah.
He takes a shot at bro because he's mad. LOL. Dom Mars is in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
It's never just on one man. Booth and Malone will be to blame if they lose in the early rounds.
We just had I guess now it's officially over. Why is Luka even out there? I guess he's got to get in shape.
Oh,
icing on Luka is just like, that's not something anyone should watch.
Ray Montez says, "Who's down for shotguns tonight? You going to the Willies? You want to go to shotguns?"
I'd be down.
Mark,
I like Sunday. We like Sundays better.
I wish I could go with you guys. This is a good reality check.
Last time we went was after what? Broncos won the Super Bowl. Was that last time I saw you there? I think we took a photo in there.
That wasn't after the Broncos won the Super Bowl. That was
Carolina.
No, that was like on a humbug. Last time you and I were at shotguns together.
What's a humbug?
Just a ball humbug, like a throwaway. There was nothing special about the night.
Oh, well, I thought it was a special night.
No, it's a special night because you and I.
Yes, I was wrong. I thought it would be really special for us to go to the strip club together, but apparently not. Apparently that's not special at all.
I could guarantee you it wasn't after the Broncos win the Super Bowl. I guarantee that. We all thought Malone was competent, but now we know that was a
now
lie.
We know. We proved it.
Those Eagle eggs were a lie. Okay, guys, let's go out there and try, but not try to win. We need to save ourselves for the playoffs.
That's what we said.
No coach ever. I think you guys.
Some coach. I think some coach said that.
Says every coach in the NBA that's became a load management. Oh, since load management became a thing. I don't disagree with that. Hold on.
That's true.
Losing by 20 now. So sad. Daniel Miller, you have no credibility. You have no credibility. You have no credibility until you.
That's what I did say.
You want to read this one?
We're talking about like what retread are we gonna be reaching out to? Have you like? I'm not going after JJ. Like who would we even pick? Like I don't really.
I said go get Greg. I mean, we're just pulling guys out of the booth. Go get Greg Anthony. He seems like he knows a little bit about basketball.
Why do you love him in Minnesota so much? Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Hey there, hold there.
Go get Greg Anthony. Daniel Miller, you have no credibility until you name a replacement for Malone that would be better. No credibility.
Well, we're not going to replace him right now anyway. Like,
yeah, no, he's going to stick around and piss me off.
Dude, when is Ken Carr going to come back?
I don't know.
He could do stuff, run around, try hard. He would try hard.
He would definitely try hard.
He would. That's what we need.
Don't put dudes out there. We're talking about the games Murray didn't play, though. Hold on. We need to stick with that stepsister stuff on the hub.
Hell yeah.
You like
stepsister fan over here. Thank you.
I'm a huge fan of the genre. I love the stepsister genre. Who among us has not thought if they were in a situation where your dad married some woman and you had an age mate, age appropriate. You guys were close.
I don't know if I would. I
know a guy who did in high school.
Because then you have to see her all the time. Like, what if it doesn't work out?
I know a guy who was constantly nailing his stepsister. My homeboy Chad when we were at Mount Bello. Yeah, constantly. I mean, and she was a hot little Latina. His dad was white. He was white, and his dad was white, and his stepmom was Latina, and her daughter was Latina. She was a hot little number.
I mean, like in the moment, I think that makes perfect sense. But then it's like you have to go to breakfast the next day.
Right.
Like it's like you're already living together. That's a lot of pressure on a beginning relationship, not to mention the other negatives that might pop up when you're going to prom with your stepsis, But who cares? Yeah. You live in your world, you create it. It's fine.
Well, and the beauty of it is you guys don't share chromosomes. So there's no way. If she did have your baby.
Yet, am I right? No, it doesn't work like that. That's not how chromosomes work.
Who are you talking about? Me? I said something right. What do you get back?
No, I was just responding before you could, because I know that chromosomes don't work that way. I know when you have sex, you do not share chromosomes, I think.
Well, kind of. There's got to be something about bodily fluids that's chromosomally sharing.
I just think it's too much pressure to like you always have to be on. Like that's 24/7. That's a lot of pressure. Then you're getting locked down with your stepsis. You can't ever have girls over. She knows when you leave the house.
She gets jealous about you. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to tell the parents. You're not going to tell the parents. So you're going to try to have it both ways. You're going to, you're going to have some little junior or senior.
But the hiding it all the time would be hot, which would sustain it, and you could never tell anybody. So I guess that would allow it to go on, but then there would be a breaking point where it's like, hey, do we get married? Do we make this a thing? Do we tell our parents?
Yeah, but you don't tell your parents until you're actually going to marry her, and then it's
What
like,
do you do if you're the parent?
you
You're
can
like,
nail
you
your stepson.
live in another place. Like, what do you do with your kids if they're always banging?
I mean, there's no way. It's like if you got a kid who's always picking his nose, or you got a kid who's ruining all, one half of his socks. He's always ruining his. You got to wait and hope that they grow out of it.
Yeah, but okay. But it makes movie night a little bit weird when she's giving a handy to your
Underneath
son
the blanket right there
next to
on the
you,
couch.
you know?
Oh man,
I'm just kidding. Nobody does hand jobs.
of course.
What a waste. What a waste of fucking time.
And let's finish some, and then we could talk about other stuff. MPJ is so inconsistent. And that's why the Nuggets didn't get up for this game, but the Lakers did. Computer says no. Nuggets have a tough test coming up. If they can't beat the good teams, they could fall into, well, here's the other part. Thank you for bringing that up, Casey Mack. Let's look at the schedule going forward for the next 10 games, shall we?
Let's look at the standings first of the West.
No. We're going to look at the schedule. Then we'll look
okay. I have one gray hair on my arm, and that's it. Is that a bad thing? But it's also,
how can you tell
like,
you
that's
only
my one gray hair? Isn't that crazy?
No, I think it's your wisdom. Those are supposed to come out in your head and in your face. How do you know it's gray hair? How do you know it's not a blonde hair? Usually you don't.
No, I mean, I'm looking at it. It is gray as gray can be. It's
so
insane.
That is to say that it's white then.
Yeah.
It's not gray.
I don't see color, Oren.
Are you colorblind? Okay. Let's look at this schedule. Hold on. Well, let's look at the standings. That's what you wanted to do. Let's do that.
I forgot. I don't know.
Look, no. We're gonna do what you said. We're gonna do what you said. So this loss will put the Nuggets. I don't believe Memphis is playing tonight. Let me see. Nope. Okay. So this game will put the Nuggets a half game behind, a full game behind the Grizzlies. So they just dropped out of that coveted second spot that you were just loving that they were in. Oh, they're in second. Well, now they're in third. By the way,
I knew that. I said coming into the game several times.
By the way, the amount of games that separate the 5th seed from the 2nd seed is roughly 3 games. So that's not a lot. That's one bad losing streak from going.
You're right. Oh my God. What if we lose 6 games in a row?
Well, let's go look at the schedule then, since they don't fare well against plus 500 teams.
We'll see. Let's bring it.
You're such a smart ass.
They're gonna Dude, Cade's been playing well.
I love
for him. Oh, you don't like Cade Cunningham too?
No, I love him. I said I love him.
That's like the best story in the NBA. If you're asking me.
Why? Why? Yeah, why is he the best story in the NBA?
According to me.
Don't you think that the brothers Thompson are the best story? The twin brothers that play good basketball. They're good. It's a good story.
Well, what's the story that they've
Amen and Oscar Thompson? You don't know the story?
To their draft.
They did not go to college. They both went to this like semi-pro or post high school kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, both made it into the NBA, and they both seem to be worth it.
Well, yeah, they're both widely considered top 5 picks coming into the season. So, are going into their senior year. Yeah, that's not like the story of the NBA though. Is that the best story of the NBA? Is that
I think it's because they're twins. I think that the W your pleasure, W your fun sort of angles, that's fun.
You're still on this Pornhub thing, dude. We've moved past it.
That's not. I would never think about twin guy. No. All right, listen.
Too much work. Let's
go through this. Hold on. I need to just look at this so I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I need to do this so I can know what I'm looking at. Hold on. Hold, please. All right. I'm just going to take this right here. I'm going to minimize this over here. Take this right here and put it right down and down. All right. So you're going to say win or loss. It's going to be that simple. Chat, you can play along. Keeping in mind that the Nuggets do not fare well against plus 500 teams. Okay, fair. Fair.
Fair. That seems fair.
You're such an asshole. The Indiana Pacers will be the next game. They're at Indiana to start their 4-game road trip. The Indiana Pacers are the 4th seed in the East, and they are 8 games above 500. Win or loss?
They're gonna win. They're gonna win in Indy. I guarantee it. That's a big game. That's a huge game.
That's a huge game. Huge game
off of it.
Okay. Then they are on the road 3 nights later in Milwaukee against the Milwaukee Bucks, the 5th seed in the East. Win or loss, the Milwaukee Bucks are 31-24, 7 games above 500.
That's Milwaukee. I mean, do you have a read on Milwaukee?
I think that the trade will find. I think that they're going to find out that they pulled the trigger too quick on that trade. Although I do think that they'll be better for it. I don't. Well, no. That's they're better off. I just forgot. Kyle Kuzma.
They're spinning wheels, dude.
Give me a break. Although
from Utah,
what I will say is that I just don't trust this team on the road responsibly
against Milwaukee. Yeah, I mean that's
so
a tough
I'm gonna say that's a loss.
I will too.
Okay. So then the very next night, back-to-back affair, they go to Detroit, a Detroit team that's playing well with the guy that you seem to be have affection for, which would be Cade Cunningham. The Detroit Pistons are the 6th seed in the East and playing very good basketball, mind you. Win or loss?
So here's the difference. I think this is a good point. Is I look at that and I say they're going to go 1-1. So it doesn't matter if they win or lose at Milwaukee, they'll win or lose at Detroit. That's just the way, And
you've already said that you're just giving them the game in Indiana. So you say that by the time they come out of Detroit, regardless of what happens, they're 2-1?
It's back-to-back. 2 on the road. So you got to look at that as 1-1. They're going to take one.
No, I got you, but I'm saying you already gave them the game against the Pacers. I did not. They're going to lose that game against the Pacers. So I have them coming out of Detroit 1-2 on the road trip.
Okay.
You have them coming out 2-1
in this made-up scenario. Okay,
no,
you have
it's
1
made up. It's not made up. It's the game in front. We're predicting the games. It's not made up, so to speak.
Well,
I'm not making up the games. I mean, yes, they play it.
That's predicting. That's you're making.
I'm saying the games that they have to play are real. So I'm not making.
Yes, they are, but we're making.
The teams they're playing have. Yeah. Okay. The point is that you have them coming out of Detroit up 2-1. I have them down 2-1 in the. 1-2 in the road trip. Okay, that's fine. Then they go to Boston 4 nights later. No, 2 nights later. Excuse me. They're in Boston against the Celtics. A 1 p.m. game. That's an afternoon game on ESPN. How do you feel about that? By the way, the Milwaukee game is on national television as well.
Is that
They don't play well on national TV.
Is that's not Eastern time, right? They aren't playing at 11 a.m. Mountain time.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah. I'm going to say, that is Eastern time.
I guess because they gave them that space that they do to feature them on Sunday.
Yeah. I'm going to say it's a loss.
Yeah, I'll go to I'll be 2-2 here.
Okay, so you have them
coming fine with it.
Okay. You have them coming out of the road trip, a 4-game road trip 2-2. I have them coming out of a 4-game road trip 1-3. Let's see what that does to them in the standings. Let's say all things go the way that
they're going to make up in this fictional scenario. We're going to get the record.
This is the job. Do you want the job or not? This is the job. This is the job.
No. This is so tedious. I do not want this job.
This is the job.
This job interview is going down south.
Okay.
I don't get any healthcare coverage.
Okay, hold on. Let's keep on. Hold on.
Go into the office.
Stop. Hold on. Listen. All right. So now you have to face the Sacramento Kings. You come home against the Sacramento Kings. You get to lick your wounds against
Who's
Sacramento.
Even left on Sacramento at this point?
De'Aaron Fox is not. So they're a different team. They're 20.
Who cares?
They're bottom of the barrel. They are bottom. They're the 10th seed right now. You give them a win or a loss in that game.
Yeah, dude, they should win both of those games at home, especially coming back from a tough road trip that they.
I say they
are coming back 500.
I say that they're going to split those 2 games. So I have them 2-4. You have them 4.
Why do you think they're going to split the game against the Kings?
This team has proven that they can lose to anyone. That's
really.
Yeah, to ask the Chicago Bulls. I'll show you where.
Okay. That
Okay. Okay. The Chicago Bulls.
That's their overall record. They're not like going through the season just losing. I mean, I just want to hear why you think just because they could. So they've proven that they could. But why are they losing in this scenario?
I said that
the Suns or the Kings,
because they have proven that they can lose to anyone.
They can also, but they could also win against anybody.
So I'm going to go with the fact that I'm going to go with the fact of what I see. I'm going with my eye test. You're going with your heart. I'm going with my eyes. You're playing with your heart. That's fine. You can play with your heart. Now they got back-to-back games against OKC, and I want to wrap this. Although they got Minnesota after that, I want to wrap this up. OKC.
It has to be one, and they have to split against OKC.
They have to split against. I didn't ask you what
why are we playing them back-to-back at OKC?
Because that's how they've scheduled back-to-back nights against OKC at OKC. The first one is at 1 p.m. on national television, which they are terrible at, but I'll give them the split there.
Dude, well, OKC, yeah. You'll give them a split there, but you're having them lose.
I gave them a split against the Sacramento Phoenix game too.
I've never seen that. Have you seen that? Why the fuck are they playing back-to-back
home games? They did that with
they just did with Portland.
They did that with
but I thought we were
they did that with New Orleans. They did that. Yeah, they've done that a couple of times. It's nothing new. So anyway, out of this 10 games, now that they've dropped this game against the Lakers, so you're 1-1. Wait, 1, 2.
I thought it was weird when they did it against Portland too.
10, yeah. So you're 1-1 coming out of a 10-game road stretch. A 10-game stretch, what I said would be very important coming out of the break. You're already 1-1, and now I have them the rest of the way going 3-5. Which would, in my scenario, make them 4-6 coming out of a 10-game stretch.
I have Houston going 2-8 because I've run those numbers in this fictional scenario. And I also
you want me to look at? Do you want me? Can I at least look at Houston for you so you're not just saying things?
Well, I have Memphis going 1-9. They're going to hit a rough.
You have Memphis going.
Yeah. That's what I have.
Based on their schedule,
so now what are we going to do? Now the Lakers are in the second seed, dude. After these next 10 games,
all I'm telling you is that after this 10-game stretch, that 2 seed is going to look different for you in fishing. That's all I'm saying,
dude.
It's going to look different. I'm just telling you.
I mean, the Lakers just won 10 straight, so yeah,
everything. I didn't say anything about the Lakers. Their competition isn't the Lakers in this. Their competition in the standings, my friend, my dear friend,
Memphis.
What?
Houston.
I'm just the season's playing out the way it's playing out. Like, you can be funny about it. You can laugh now, fuzzball.
Well, I mean, I have them. I mean, coming into this season, we're going back into expectations. I mean, I had them as a 4 seed. That I hope.
Well, you're going to get that 4. You're going to get that 4 seed
with their 7.
You're going to get that
half-man rotation.
You're going to get that.
They would be able to save Jokic. And Murray wouldn't be half-assing it, that we could come into the playoffs and make some noise. I did not consider this team an outright contender coming in. But yeah, out of spite, you have definitely convinced me. You have solidified that they are going to win the NBA championship. I might bet it right now.
I'm going to read some comments. You're an asshole. I'm going to read some comments. Monk Bo is a rookie. No rookie. Oh, wait, hold on. I think this is about Bo next. Monk Bo is a rookie. No rookie QB is going to be beating the good QBs right in his first year.
You're right.
Oh, that was some minimalist Monk. Got you. Why did? Hold on. I'm just going to read some of these.
He's also 37 years old. No, he's 30. He's
After
38.
just one season and being a rookie, you can't come.
You're right.
No,
when are these coming in?
I can't. I'm trying to catch up so we can stay up.
That is funny.
People are fighting with us. These people are here. They're making their comments. We want to know what they're saying. Do you want to know? Don't you? They're here.
All you have to say is Bo Nix, and everybody is just like, "What are you talking about?"
That really pisses me off.
Man.
Hold on, now I got to catch up. Minimalist Monk said, okay, I got to catch up. See, hold on. No, Knicks is horrible. Knicks beats horrible QBs.
Oh,
and
they're
good ones.
They're
Your
responding.
buddy is right about him, Oren. So you're right. Minimalist Monk said you're right.
But let's clarify this. I'm not saying I think that if you're an average NFL QB, especially on a rookie deal, you have a chance to compete. I mean, it's good. And I also have understood that Peyton Manning and John Elway are not walking through the door. So me waiting for these guys that are Patrick Mahomes aren't going to come. We passed on Allen. We passed on those guys. So we just need somebody where we aren't a joke around the league. I mean, what Stedman, or what are we going to do? Like, at least we have some hope. We have a reason to care about the preseason predictions and argue. We haven't had that in 9 years.
You got more hope than the Nuggets.
Oh,
hold on. I got more where that came from. This is a serious question. This is a serious question. Should Malone remain the coach after tonight? I know the fake sports fans will.
No, I think he might be fired tonight.
I think he should be.
They're going to sit him down and be like,
we think that they should fire Malone and hire Daniel Miller. Look that guy up. I don't agree either. I don't know why they decided to not play today.
I don't know.
Let's just finish this out. Why did Malone quit on us?
I can't quit him.
Life is a mystery. Okay, wait. I read that one. Rookie QB, I read that one. Hold on. In the South, they really dig the cousin shit. It's encouraged, actually.
Why though?
Because it's a lot. I think it makes for a lot more of it keeps the proliferation, the hookup rate, because I think there's this thing about Southerners that it's distasteful.
Why would you be stoked? You're like, all right, well, yeah, I guess.
I guess you're just hooking up with cousins.
I know her mother really well, so comes from good stock. Like what?
Congratulations, Oren. Entertaining show and comments. Thankfully distracted me from an embarrassing game. That wasn't embarrassing. It wasn't.
Thank
you. Can you admit that it was embarrassing?
Yeah.
Okay. Rella Country, who is
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Every day in my hood, I bang. I'm a nice worker.
Rello Country says Lakers are y'all daddy.
They proved it. You're right.
They're our daddy.
We want no part of the Lakers in the playoffs. Who knows how that would go?
Judging by tonight.
You're right. Judging by tonight, by definition.
Oren, you can always keep yourself out of trouble with dating. Half your age, add 10 years. Hold on. Half your age. So I'm 52. That would be 26. Add 10 years. Oh, 36-year-old hottie?
Yeah.
With a rocking body?
Yeah.
36-year-old hottie with a governing body?
It's flowers. I mean, I bet you that bar is pretty low. You know, she's not holding out for her higher standards.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Whoa, what are you talking about?
Why would you say that?
Because at earlier ages, you have an idea of the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And then you spend all of your time with a bunch of people who you think are that person who are horrible. And then you just are like, I would be really cool with a chick that doesn't go through my text messages and is chill and we can have a conversation. You know, what are you talking? You tried to get me there.
I did.
We should all lower our standards, right? And higher our expectations.
Lower your standards, raise your expectations. It's about ceilings and floors.
Exactly.
If you live in an apartment complex, one man's ceiling is another man's floor.
I often think
that was confusion. That was confusion.
It's confusing, yeah.
That's fucked up that you would do that at my moment. You take my moment and you would turn it against me like that and say, when I said it's confusion, as in wisdom, you would say it's confusing, as in nonsense. Adjudicate.
I don't know. Do we have tape on that? I don't think I said that.
I'm pretty sure it records everything. The internet's forever, my friend. The internet is forever. The internet is forever. Loss in Indiana, loss in Detroit. Somebody's agreeing with me. If you are 53, I'm 52. You can't go any lower as a man's woman's age.
Nah, I think you can be. Well, what would you want to go? How far?
I don't think I could deal with. I don't think I could deal with a 20-year-old. Anywhere in their 20s.
No.
And I don't think I could deal with a woman in their early 30s. I'm talking about. I need 40 and above.
Really?
Right now, unless she's just talking.
I think 30s would be a sweet spot. Low 30s.
What are you going to talk about? Listen, have you data mined what these young people are talking about? What are you going to talk about? 20-something-year-old. What are you going to? What are you going to
20-something? No way. I don't even
know.
But
the 30-somethings are just like the 20-somethings. Like, what are you gonna...
Well, I don't know. I haven't talked to too many of them. I don't see age either, actually.
You don't see color, you don't see age.
Nope, I can't see shit at all.
That's the glasses.
How old are you?
I think you go, John Tate Kid said he thinks they go 4-4 in the next 8. That would make them coming out. That would make them 5-5. So you say they play 500 ball, they stay stasis. So where would that leave them in the standings 10 games from now? 8 games from now, you think they're still in the 2-3 seed? If they play 500 ball, you think they're still in the 2-3 seed?
I don't know. No, I don't have my tarot card. Actually, I do have my tarot cards.
It's not tarot cards, it's just math.
I mean, but what are we talking about? So many like made up scenarios in the future, the next 10 games of what everybody's gonna do. Look, they should have actually. I was hyped for tonight. I thought they would come out. I thought they would establish themselves, play hard. They didn't. They lost. What are we talking about? What are we extrapolating this across the next 10 games and where they're going to be?
And then that's what happens. That's the game. That's what you do.
Okay. Well, if they go 5-5 of the next 10,
no.
I'll look at it and be like, it might change my opinion of their contender status.
I'm telling you, they're going to go 5-5 at best out of the next 10. I don't even think they're going to go 5-5 personally.
I don't even think they'll win a game.
You're such an asshole. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be bombastic. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Do you have that same thing where it's like, as soon as somebody says a trigger word, you just have the song go right into your head every single time?
Sometimes.
As soon as you said boombastic, I was like,
they call me Mr. Bombastic.
Right in my head, you know?
On your Mr. Roll.
Bumble clot.
Okay. For Owen, Daniel Miller said 0-4 on the road trip. I'm coming to that super chat. Beating a team 1 win out of 9 doesn't make you a daddy. That was for you, whoever chimed in here.
No, it means showing up to practice and supporting me and this kid. That's being a daddy. You don't just beat me 1 out of 9 times and expect to be the father of the Nuggets. There's been practices you haven't known about. There's been practices you didn't even know we had parent-teacher conferences. You're not the dad just because you say it on Facebook. I agree with you, KC Mac.
I love the fire. I love fiery Mark Wahlberg.
Dude, and I love that movie. What movie is that?
Call Me Daddy. What?
Guardians of the Galaxy. That last one was a little bit sad. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he met his father, and then his father turned out to be a psychopath world creator, builder.
Just like us tonight with the Lakers.
We met our daddy.
God damn it. It's LeBron James and Luka.
Let's not forget this team lost to the Washington Wizards. You want to remember that?
I haven't forgotten it. God damn it.
I'm glad that you didn't, because they're going to see the immortal Kyle Kuzma again in Milwaukee. Compare this point now to this point last season. Were you more excited and optimistic last year or this year?
I was white knuckling last year. It was brutal. Last year was so difficult because it was like the first time that we had good things, and I was so scared that we were going to lose it. I didn't enjoy enough of last year because I was like, we have to keep this going. We have to do this for Jokic. So last year I was worried. I think game 7 that hurt a lot. I was surprised. I was shocked that we lost that game. Up 20. I remember everything about that moment. I cannot believe that we lost that game. I cannot believe, because of that window is so small. We know Boston was scared. Boston was only scared of the Nuggets.
Yep.
That was the only team that they were scared of.
Yep.
And we blew it. How did that happen?
Well,
Jamal,
you're gonna watch it.
Jokic.
You're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch it again.
You blew it. You blew it.
You're gonna watch it again. You're gonna watch it.
We come back from 0-2 getting spanked at home and lose that game 7 at home. That was demoralizing. I'm hoping that made a difference in the locker room. But then I saw Murray take the first quarter of the season off because he's fat. So I do have concerns with you.
Okay. So you're saying you like their chances?
This year, my heart has not been ripped out yet.
Okay. Let's go.
2-8 over the next.
Shout out to Andon for dropping a dub on the boys.
That is good news. I'll be honest.
Hell yeah, talk shit. Let's go. Let's
drop the
talk
dub
more
on
shit
the
about
boys.
Oren over
Cheaper
here.
than the bar, and we can talk shit and not get thrown out. Cheers.
I feel like everybody's talking about nobody's like coming at you right now.
No, they're coming at me. And it's, you got a homeboy in here. Fishing loves to give me shit. He's entrenched.
Fishing, are you a poker player? Or is that why fishing for cards?
I think he might be.
I want to get better at poker.
Abs did lose tonight. I saw that. Abs lost 2-1 to the NASHVILLE Preds. That game was tied going into the third, and then they gave up. I didn't see the goal that they gave up, but I looked up and then I looked away, and then I looked up and they were down 2-1, and then it lost. So that sucked too.
Well, what do you think they have?
I don't. Ray Montez says I don't like cousin shit, but I do like the grandma shit.
Yeah.
Like the older
grandma shit.
You like the older gals, huh?
Yeah. That gilf shitting is really my.
That's your wheelhouse. That's the sweet spot.
Did you ever hear that rumor that Sly Stallone, like his thing was taking dumps on, or no, he would have girls on glass tables and he would sit underneath it and they would shit on the table and that's how he would get himself off. You never heard that? I thought everybody knew that.
No. And I'm worse off. I'm worse off for it now.
Well, you were talking about Dora's Park giving
a
blowjob at half court, so I think we're even there.
You have great recall.
What?
You have great recall.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Incest. Timothy says, Dante says incest is the best. Thumbs up.
Yeah. Dude.
Why don't the Nuggets get a true center and move Jokic to the 4?
This is actually a good point because we
Juan Holguin. Hold on. Juan Holguin's in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
We were actually talking about that with Nurkic. Well, Nurkic doesn't really do rim protection, but you know who was the guy who I always thought was Nerlens Noel. We needed like a rim protector. We've been looking for that this forever. We cannot get a reliable guy to protect the rim, which is what we need. And you are 100% right. That's why I have no idea why Booth is in the position he has or has the job he has, because that's absolutely absurd. It's absolutely.
Isn't that why they went and got Dario Saric?
I mean, that dude hasn't jumped in 4 years, you know?
It's so bad. It's having him on this roster and having them like targeted him. I think it's
they were like, this is the guy we want. This is the guy we want. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, let's draft Pickett. He's what?
I think he's actually I've broke company with you on the Jalen Pickett thing. I think he's actually a player. I think he's actually going to be. He might be helpful in a Minnesota series because they just need another ball handler, and he can bring the ball. Yeah, I'm being serious.
He wouldn't start on the NBDL team.
No, I'm being serious. I think he can.
He is so bad.
I think he can.
Has no game that makes sense at this level. His numbers in the developmental league have been horrendous. He got a couple points because we blew somebody out. He was playing
in that 9 game. He was playing in that 9 game.
Dude, he There's no game that translates for him.
He's gonna have to. You're gonna need. You're gonna need it. I know Russ is another ball handler, but Russ is prone to turning the ball.
He's not even a good ball handler. He's not a playmaker. He's gonna bring it down the court, and that's it. This guy, what is his game? He can't shoot. He's gonna try to back somebody down. That's what he did in the Big Ten. He just backed him down. It was like 1950s basketball. They just all cleared out.
You know why Calvin Booth went and got him. You know why Calvin Booth went and got him, right?
No, I would love to hear that though, because I was very curious.
Penn State. He went to Penn State.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense because of that amazing program that's put all those NBA players into the league at Penn State.
I know.
How many NBA players from Penn State? Name them. Top 3. Who do you have?
Calvin Booth, Jalen Pickett. Didn't I
can think of one good
Jimmer Fredette. Didn't Jimmer Fredette?
No, he's BYU.
Oh,
Obviously.
Same.
It's blue and being super white.
You get where I'm going with
they
that.
play really slow, boring ass basketball. All right, let's wrap this up. I got some Pornhub to watch.
Okay, pedophiles don't see age either. There's that one. Damn, who's the other guy? He's spot on psychoanalysis.
Thank you.
You're the other guy they're talking about. Spot on psychoanalysis. Yeah.
I'm good at psychos and
analysis.
Well,
I've been trying to figure this show. I've been trying to figure this out all show, but Mark looks like Jason Ritter from Raising Dion. I never saw the movie, so I cannot say yes or no to that. I'm pretty sure that's John Ritter's brother, though.
Oh yeah, how did John Ritter die?
Let me get a
John Ritter die.
I think he just keeled over. Hold on, let's get a picture of Jason Ritter. Let's do a side by side. We're gonna get you out of here. Where do you gotta go? What do you gotta do? You leaving me? You gotta go with the whiff. You gotta do something with the wife.
Yeah, she's staring at me right now.
Oh, okay. Tell Seymour I said hello, and I'll give you back in a second.
Hush.
Oh shit. You don't look like. Hold on, let me get a side by side so this can be seen.
Okay, do you pull up Robert Downey Jr. Young
You
Robert?
definitely giving Robbie Downey Jr. It's definitely giving Robert Downey Jr.
I know.
This is not what I see.
Okay, fuck you, guy who said that. Hey, big fuck you to you, pal. You look like a white insurance salesman also.
Okay.
That's actually pretty sly, though. You just hey, you know, this guy looks like is Tim the Toolman Taylor. You know, anybody ever say that to you?
And G said rim protection. Seriously, right after the Gilf talk. Get it? Rim.
Ooh.
Rim, Tim. Last couple. He looks like
Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
That's not how you spell Jeffrey Dahmer. It's not how it's played. Oren's friends are Andrew Tate and Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't.
Andrew Tate?
That was my cousin that they're saying looked like Andrew Tate. And last these Iggy D's in the house.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all.
Iggy D says JJ Redick outcoached Mike Malone tonight. So there you have it.
There you have it.
There it is. That's your show. That's your show.
That's it, guys. Thank you.
I don't think there's anything more that we have to do here. I think we did it all. I didn't
know John Ritter had a brother.
Oh, you want to see him?
That guy is.
Oh wait, no, yeah, we just saw him. Yeah, he does have a brother.
Well,
I think John Ritter literally just keeled over and died. If I remember correctly. Maybe it was cancer. It's usually cancer.
That's a good point to end on. See you next week, everybody. And if you need insurance, I'm your guy.
I fucking love you, Dan.
Any type of insurance.
Mark Wahlberg, I'm Oren Lamena. This is what we call 2 SCO 1 buff.
Scored.
SCO, Dan.
I don't think
You did
so.
do it. You did do it.
Let's do it better.